Howdy, folks. Before anything, I want to make sure that the sound's good, that you can see me all right. I've also got some music playing. Let me know if that music's too quiet or too loud. Can't tell from my end. But other than that, welcome. Welcome to my 20k subs party stream. It's been 6 years since I've actually streamed on YouTube. It's been a while. But I decided, you know what, I feel like I should start streaming on YouTube instead of Twitch, because YouTube is where all my audience is. Blimmin' neck, chatbox. Chatbox is already going absolutely mental with its size. Hang on, so I'm gonna make that smaller. Right, I'm gonna catch up with chat as well. So Dreammaster says, happy 20k Jambers. Thank you very much. Keeps on, it's gonna hopefully keep on growing. Sean says, yay for 20k. Superfan Music Maker says, awesome to be here. Glad you're here. Mars says, yeah, correct. Congrats. Ryan asks, will you play Disney Dream Valley again? And congrats on 20k. Thank you. And yes, I'm planning to play Disney Dreamlight Valley again. I love that game. I love that game so much, and I feel like it really fits my branding. So like, I'm definitely gonna play it again. Probably this month at some point. But we will see. We'll see how things go. Soda asks, congratulations 20k subs, thank you very much. Nicholas asks, thoughts on unfinished version of the Blue's Clues pilot? I've never seen it. I grew up with Blue's Clues, but I wasn't really like a super fan or anything. It was just something that was on Channel 5 every morning to me. Evan asks, when writing a hateable villain, does giving them personality charisma make them harder to hate? Not really. I mean, like, because personality and charisma can be tied into evil. It can be an obnoxious level of charisma. So it is possible. Evan also asks, what are your thoughts on the 2016 Suicide Squad? I've done a whole video on this where I compared Hell to Pay with 2016 Suicide Squad, so that whole video goes into my thoughts there. It's been a long time since I've seen that film, so I can't really give like a strong opinion, but I do remember just really not liking it. I'd say that Viva hates it more than me though. Where am I? Hi, Jonathan Fitzgerald. Evan, 6 years. Doesn't your Patreon Q&A streams count? Nope. Those are private exclusive streams. I'm talking about the YouTube live streams for the public. Leo says, congratulations are in order. Thank you, Leo. Everyone respect Leo. Leo is the mod here tonight, so respect them. Davey, what are your thoughts on Chicken Run 2? Not a fan of the recasting. I understand some of the recasting, some of the other recasting is kind of dumb. But like, I was not expecting Tweety to be brought back in like a cyberpunk kind of way. That's what interests me the most about it. I was not expecting that, so I'm kind of like, more of that, please. Where am I? I'm trying to catch it back up with chat now. Farrell, have you started watching the Thomas and Friends series yet? No, I'm afraid not. Probably next year, probably going to get around to next year, but I might do some streams on Thomas and Friends, if I'm honest, because like, some seasons are like 2 hours to watch, so I could possibly do a whole stream reviewing a season. So like, that's on the table. That's on the table. Dreammaster, what will you do for 30k? I'm not promising anything or promoting anything for another subscriber special, because like, it's very hard to live up to a promise, especially when I hit a milestone in the middle of doing a schedule. That was the hardest thing about trying to fit Brave Little Toaster into my schedule. It was just like, oh, okay, I've got to do that now. I've got to put it in the schedule suddenly. So I'm not making any promises, I'm afraid. I'm gonna have to make chat box just a little bit smaller again. That's it's a bit too big. Just bear with me, folks. Trying to catch up. Computer Guy is here. I'm gonna try and see if we can make Computer Guy a mod, and it's not letting me. Hang on, let me do wait. I can do this. I can do this. I'm a boomer with technology, but I can do this. Where is Computer Guy on here? Bear with me, folks. I'm trying to get a mod to be a mod of my. Where's computer guy? Spam me, computer guy, because I can't find you in chat. on YouTube. What the hell? Where are you, computer guy? Oh well, we've got one mod here at least. I'm trying to catch up with chat now. Bear with me, folks. I don't normally have this big of an audience compared to Twitch, so like it's really hard to like go, whoa, okay, alright, okay. So bear with me. Right, where am I? Where am I? Where did I get up to? There we go. I found where I got up to in terms of questions. Sorry about that, folks. SGM Hadsocks asks, during the Halloween season, would you do a video on the best and worst Stephen King adaptations? I thought about it, but I'm probably not going to do some. I'm probably not going to do that many top 5 best and worst videos for a while, because I've noticed that they don't get as many views compared to ranking videos. So for a while, I'm going to put them aside for a little bit. There might be 1 or 2 now and again, but they won't be the focus. Nicholas, it's okay to like something despite knowing the creator is a very problematic person. I feel that's a whole can of worms that I'd rather not get into a fun stream. Evan, guess what? Jambareeqi 2 years ago actually beat you to doing a top 5 best and worst MC movies video on my channel. Congrats. Mr. C, hey Jam, congrats on 20k subs. Thank you. Hello Haley. Hello Vidtopia. David says, love your work, Jambareeqi. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know why you do. Sounds good? Excellent. That's how behind I am. I'll just let everyone know, if you get frustrated that I don't get to your questions sooner, remember that there is the super chat option. That's completely there for you. I will prioritize super chat questions. Rocky asks, what do you think of, I think that's Fooly Cooley, the anime? Yeah, I've not seen it, but it's definitely my cup of tea. Rosie, hey, congrats on 20k, thank you. Dreammaster, the chat box loves you, Jambareeqi. No, it doesn't. It does not love me. It was a pain on Twitch, and it's a pain on here as well. I just wanted to congratulate you for the 20k. Can't stay though, so have a good stream. No worries, nice to see you. Vitopia, not to mention Twitch is in a downward spiral. I heard that, so I've bailed at the right time. Alright. Right, where am I? Where am I in chat? I'm trying to find I keep losing myself. Vitopia, it's real exciting to be on a live stream of yours after seeing archives of your Twitch ones. Glad you enjoyed the Twitch ones. I feel like my YouTube streams are going to be the same kind of thing, but more extravagant and more imaginative. I've got some streaming ideas for my YouTube that are kind of insane, if I'm honest. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be really. I've got so many ideas that are like, why are you doing that as a stream? That's your reaction. Total drama. Jambareeqi, did you know that the cancelled Smurfs 3 was going to be about, or the cancelled Smurfs 3 was going to be about the Smurfs time traveling to 1878? I can see that kind of working, actually. Damn it, I've lost. Where am I? Whenever there's more chat, the chat on my end just like scrolls about, and I'm like, wait, where did it go? Right, I'm gonna try and find it. Here we go. Haley says, I'm a new fan here. Hello. JT, did you check on any of the anime we suggested? I've not really. The problem with me anime is that once I find a series that I like, that's it. Nothing gets done. I just want to watch that anime, so I'm kind of like not watching anime at the moment. I'm too easily distracted by it. Darren asks, what is your favorite and least favorite movie? My favorite movie is A Silent Voice. I reviewed that on my channel, so go check that out. Go check out my Silent Voice review. But I love Silent Voice to pieces. Watched it a million times now. Every single time I cry to it. It's a beautiful film with wonderful deaf representation and this fantastic message about growing and things like that. But yeah, I feel like my review probably go into better detail. Where am I? Vitopia, it's really exciting to be on. Oh, I've read that already. Sorry. Jonathan, where would you put Puss in Boots 2 in the animated movies of 2022 video? Probably second place, maybe. Davey, what are your thoughts on Chuck E. Cheese and the Galaxy 5000? Never heard of it. Bitopia, unfortunately, Paramount, the copyright morons took it down, but I'm sure re-uploads will be thankfully archived before it got taken down. Sincere Oscar, what is your favorite Nicktoon? That's a tricky one. Maybe Hey Arnold, off the top of my head. I am planning to do a top 25 American cartoons project soon, so I don't want to I don't want to make an ass of myself and be like, hey, wait, you said that, but for now I'm gonna say Hey Arnold. Farrell, quick summary. What are your current top 5 best and worst Walt Disney Animation Studios movies? I don't really like to answer top 5 kind of questions, because with top 5s, I really like to think about them before I write them down and decide them or make them official. So I am planning to remake my Disney animated movies, top 5 best and worst. I'm definitely planning to redo that eventually. It's just there's 60 films by now, so it's hard to put in my schedule. Haley, what are your thoughts on Owl House and Amphibia? Love Owl House so much. Love Owl House so much. I got into it last year, and it didn't take me long to want to watch it again after. It's so damn good. It's one of my favorite. I definitely put in my top 10 favorite cartoons. It's just this beautiful, wonderful show with fantastic animation, lovable characters, and amazing world building and fantastic queer representation. Love Owl House. If you've not seen Owl House, go watch Owl House. But to be honest, I'm more excited for the Wallace and Gromit movie next year. I don't know that much about it yet, but I'm down for it. Trick question. How do you think your autism will help you in life? I don't know how that's a trick question. Sorry, I don't know why my phone's going off. Hang on. How my autism will help me in life, I don't know. I mean, there are advantages of autism, because you become way more aware of things around you, and memory skills are improved. I think that's about it, really. Sam, what is the scariest monster in an animated film in your opinion? Anything from Mad God. Anything from Mad God is just going to trump every kind of animated movie out there. Evan, what are your thoughts on the current Hollywood strikes? That's another thing, that's a can of worms that I don't want to really get into in a fun live stream. I don't want to just jump in. If I was to comment on something that serious, I'd like to go into more research and gather more data and stuff and things like that. So yeah, those kinds of questions I don't feel comfortable talking about in a fun little part of Q&A. Super fan, I know you reviewed Illumination Sing back when it came out, so what do you think of the second one? I think they're making a third one too. I enjoyed Sing 2. Actually, I kind of liked it, but that was probably because the bar was so low after the first one. But I mainly loved it because of how scary the villain was, and how he worked into the plot. Sean, yeah, I was shocked yes, I was shocked at Mrs. Tweedy's return, and it'll be fun seeing go full supervillain. Oh, it's gonna be imagine the gadget she's gonna have. Oh, that's the thing I'm most excited about. just Tweedy. I'm wondering what happened to Mr. Tweedy as well, because we don't see him in the trailer. So what's happened to him? Rocky Bijal, what do you think of the best piece of what do you think is the best piece of media of all time? I think it's very subjective, but for me, oh dang, that's really hard, because there's so many. I have so many favorites when it comes to different kinds of media. My favorite documentary is Shirkers. My favorite animated film is Silent Voice. My favorite anime is Shirabakon. It's hard to really say out of all those where I'm yeah, that's peak. That's peak, because I just feel everything, all the favorites of each media aspect to me are just the best of their field. So it's really hard for me to say what do you think is the best media of all time, I'm afraid. But Shirkers comes close. Everyone needs to watch Shirkers on Netflix, by the way. Go watch Shirkers. To me, it's the best documentary ever made. I don't want to give away too much, but it's about how this teenage girl made one of the most iconic movies of Singapore, and it never got released. That's all I'm gonna say. It's really good. So Shirkers on Netflix. Davey, what are your thoughts on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Don't really have any strong thoughts, if I'm honest. I was never into the games. It's nice to see Josh Hutcherson in a big film again, I guess. That's about it, really. Nicholas, what do you think is the fate of Warner Brothers under David Zaslav? It's fucked. That's all I'll say. It's fucked under his hand. JT, just finished Owl House. Who's your favourite character of the show? Mine is either Bellows or the Collector. I can't choose. I honestly can't choose my favourite Owl House character. I can't. I love them all so equally. But if you put a gun to my head, I'll probably say King. Soda, congrats on 20 subs. Thank you. Thomas asks, what are your filmmaking inspirations? Well, the film that got me into wanting to make films, even though I've not been able to make films for a while now, is Edward Scissorhands. Loved Edward Scissorhands as a kid. I was obsessed with it as a kid. I watched it all the time as a kid. And that was the film that made me go like, you know what, I want to be a filmmaker. I want to make stuff like this. I was just so enchanted by the story and Tim Burton's vision. I was like, I could do something like this. I could make movies like this. So I'd say that was the thing that kind of got me going. But the thing that pushed me further was I saw Akira Kurosawa's Ran, and like that made me go like, oh my god, I really want to be a filmmaker now. Davey, what are your thoughts on Danny Phantom? I watched one episode years ago and I don't remember anything, if I'm honest. Dream says Jambareeqi. Jambareeqi. I feel like I'm that when it comes to technology. Like, a lot of people think I'm good with technology because I'm a nerd. And like a lot of parts of my job involve me being behind a computer. People think, oh, you're great with computers. No, I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. And the computer I'm using at the moment is probably like the 20th computer I've owned in my life because I keep breaking them. Every time I have a computer problem, I have to call up a computer friend and be like, I broke it again. What do I do? Darren, do you think the Oscars don't respect animation? Oh, they really don't. If there was a leak of all the slips that the Academy had written for the animation category, and like you could just tell, yeah, they don't care. They really don't care. Where am I? Rocky, do you think Sigma males are ruining cinema? David, how do you make those awesome thumbnails? Thank you for calling my thumbnails awesome. I do spend a lot of time on them, if I'm honest. Sometimes I end up making a thumbnail. I do really love making thumbnails. I really enjoy doing them. And sometimes I enjoy them so much that I'll make a thumbnail while also watching a film I got a review. But in terms of making the thumbnails, I use Photoshop. I've been using Photoshop for almost as long as I've been using Adobe Premiere. It's really hard to say how I make them. I grab pictures to do with the film, and I think like, what looks good next to each other. It's all about experimenting and like changing sizes and just kind of thinking, all that kind of stuff. And it's all experimenting, I think. When it comes to thumbnail creation, it's all about kind of like working out, okay, what works here, what doesn't work here. Whoa! Chat's jumped again. Hang on. Let me catch up. Lemonade. Chat has jumped again. Where am I? Bear with me, folks. Okay, I found it. Leo, I don't know why you do. Sprays you with water bottle. Shut up. How do you deal with your autism, and do you think it affects your life in a way? Oh, it definitely affects my life. It really definitely affects my life. I'm a very sensitive, anxious person in general, and so like having like a sensory issue just makes my life kind of a nightmare. But at the same time, because I've been an actor since I was 7 years old, because I got into community plays when I was 7, so like I'm very used to acting. I'm decent at masking. That's how I get through everything. I mask. I put a lot of effort into my masking. That's how I kind of get through things, really, if I'm honest. There is no trick or formula when it comes to like having a quote unquote normal life as someone autistic. You just mask the best you can and hope for the best. Where am I? Gillian, say what inspires you to be part of YouTube. Also, congrats on 20k. Thank you. I'll be honest, it was Channel Awesome that got me into YouTube. That's where it all kind of started. Even though it's like that's a product of its time and stuff, like the idea of Channel Awesome and making reviews from home, that's what kind of got me into like YouTube reviewing. But I was interested in reviewing before I even discovered the internet, because I've done a video on this before. But growing up, I was obsessed with a British TV guide series called Radio Times, and it had film reviews in it. And every birthday or Christmas, my parents actually get me a massive book full of all those TV guide reviews. And I just would read those reviews constantly, and that got me into reviewing. And like every time there was like like an English assignment at school, I tend to write a review. So I've kind of always been into reviewing. Adventure Ryan, hey Jambareeqi, congrats on getting 20k. Also, yesterday was my 21st birthday. Congrats, Adventure Ryan. Also, from 1 to 5, what do you think of Monsters vs. Aliens? Probably a 2, if I'm honest. I don't hate it as much as some people do, but at the same time, I kind of get the backlash. I'm just kind of like, this is a film. Nicholas, Totally Spies or Martin Mystery? Which do you think is better? I've never seen Martin Mystery. I grew up with Totally Spies, and I've not seen it since I was a kid. That's the thing you've all got to remember, by the way. I'm getting old, so there's a lot of cartoons that I've not seen in a long time, or a lot of films I've not seen in a long time. So if you ask me about a certain show, my old man brain's gonna go like, wait, did I see that? What did I think of that? I gotta remember. I mean, folks, I'm 33 next week. And I feel like nowadays 33 is almost like 53. Where am I in chat? As Jim Haddock, have you seen the trailer for the new Paramount Plus Pet Sematary Bloodlines, which I think is a prequel yet? I've not seen the original Pet Sematary films, if I'm honest. Thomas Harold, you were supposed to give her the potion. Davey, what are your thoughts on Charlie and Lola? Never seen it. Vitopia. Also, if you guys don't know, I'm actually Ghost 100 Buster. You may have seen me in this child's comment section. I changed my branding earlier this year. I think Vitopia's... I'll be honest, I prefer Vitopia to Ghost 100 Buster. I think there is kind of like... There's a lot of difficult branding when it comes to putting numbers in a name, but Vitopia, that's good. That's a good thing. Keep that. Cameron, have you seen the Chucky TV show? Nope, but I would love to. I follow Jennifer Tilly on Twitter, and she's always posting stuff about the Chucky TV show, and I'm like, dang, I want to see this. When did you get your autism diagnosis? When I was 15. Ryan, best YouTuber ever. Congrats on the 20k. I am not the best YouTuber ever. I'm really not. I could list like 100 that are better than me. I could list 1,000. Nicholas, thoughts on the new Total Drama series that came out this year? I've not even seen the original Total Drama. I've not seen any Total Drama, sorry. Sam Woodward, what are your thoughts on Digimon Adventure? Oh, sorry folks, someone's brought up Digimon. Someone's brought up Digimon, that's it. I'm a massive, huge Digimon fan, particularly when it comes to Adventure, Adventure 02, and Tamers. I love the original Digimon Adventure. If I had the rights to any anime to turn to live action, it would be Digimon Adventure. It was the show that just made me like... it was one of the shows that really made me fall in love with anime TV. And it really... I'd say a lot of the stuff that I come up with in terms of my imagination, it comes from certain things, certain aspects of Digimon that I really love, that I really admire. But what I love about the original Digimon Adventure, two things. First of all, I love the character development and how each child has something that they're dealing with, a coming of age kind of thing they're dealing with. Like, the characters might seem tropey on the surface, especially like in episode 1, but the more you get to know them, you're kind of like, oh, well, there's a bit more to them than that. And the other thing is that I'm just really fascinated by the idea of all these kids trapped in this world and having to survive. That's really interesting to me. I like those kind of stories, but I don't want to go on forever about Digimon Adventure. I could do a whole stream where I could just like, just gush over Digimon. Where am I? Hello, Reynaldo. Vitopia, thoughts on the Prince of Egypt stage musical getting a pro shot release this year? I think the That sounds fantastic. Prince of Egypt is a great musical. It will work on stage. I'd love to see it if I could. Thomas, what is the best Simpsons episode of all time in your eyes? Homer's Enemy. Definitely Homer's Enemy. Blue, do you like McDonald's? Well, the thing is, as a kid, loved McDonald's. As I got older, I got a bit more cynical, and I was just like, ugh, McDonald's. Oh, it's so corporate, so commercial. Ugh, just it's not even real food. But like, since I've started traveling more, especially when it comes to like going to conventions, when it comes to like getting at conventions, McDonald's are so freaking convenient. They are so damn convenient. And like, I do appreciate that they now have proper vegetarian options. It's not just like, here's a salad, fuck off. There's literally like plant-based burgers. A lot of fast food restaurants, when it came to like vegetarian options, they were just kind of like, here's a veggie patty and a salad, there you go. But with McDonald's and a couple of other kind of restaurants like Burger King, they are actually doing plant-based burgers. I appreciate it. Ronaldo, question, why are you wearing a Mario-looking hat? This is called a fiddler hat. I chose this hat when I decided to get a new hat. I chose this hat because it looked like a JoJo hat. That's the only reason. Davey, what are your thoughts on Little Einsteins? Is that the multimedia project that's like designed to like educate babies or something? It sounds like that. If that's the case, the only thing I remember about that is that my auntie raised my cousin on that. That's all I know. Where's the M on your hat? I need a J on my hat. Total Drama fan. Jambareeqi, are you going to do a ranking on all the Sony Animation Pictures villains? Yes, I am. I have that planned. That is in line. I don't like announcing release dates for things, because it could lead to disappointment for people and it could lead to stress for me. But I will say it's on the line. It's definitely there. It's going to be one of my next villain ranking videos, because I've noticed that my villain ranking videos do amazingly well. So that is going to be the focus every month. There's going to be a villain ranking video every month. I'm going to say that now. Spencer, which upcoming animated movie are you looking forward to more? Inside Out 2 or Kung Fu Panda 4? I'm looking forward more to Inside Out 2, but hoping Kung Fu Panda 4 turns out to be good. I'm not a big fan of 4 installments lately. They've not been that great, and I wasn't that fond of Kung Fu Panda 3, so it's really hard to get that hype for Kung Fu Panda 4. But Inside Out 2 might be interesting. There is potential there to go a bit weirder and expand on the Inside Out universe and see what more things you could do with it. So I'm gonna go with Inside Out 2. Cameron, did you ever watch the show My Name is Earl growing up? It was my favorite comedy. Yes, I grew up with My Name is Earl. Watched it every Friday on Channel 4. Loved it. I loved that show. But I never really caught up to it. So I never got the disappointment of the cancellation. I never felt that because I just kind of stopped watching by the time it was cancelled. But here's the thing. My niece is obsessed with My Name is Earl right now. I don't know why. She's 9 years old. The show is not for her. But, like, she's complete. That's her thing. That's her obsession right now. For some bizarre reason. Every time we try to, like, play, like, a kid's cartoon for her, she's just like, nope, not interested. Not interested. I want to see the Jason Lee sitcom from the 2000s. What? Ilian, what do you think of Camp Lazlo? Never seen it. Ronaldo, question, have you ever tried doing a video review on an anime? There are some anime reviews on my channel. I want to review anime more. I really do. The few problems I have is that my favorite kind of anime, not many people know of them, if I'm honest, because I really like the obscure slice of life comedies and rom-coms. That's my kind of thing. The other problem is that the more popular anime, the ones that I know people would want me to talk about, there's like a bajillion episodes of them to get through. But I do want to do more anime videos. I've even considered doing an anime review series every month. I've considered it. It's something in my mind, but I think it's something I want to do more. I want to do more anime videos. It is definitely something I have planned. I keep being invited to these anime cons, and I go to the anime cons, and I'm like, I don't even make that many anime content. It feels wrong being here, so I'm going to start making more anime-related content over time. I do have ideas. So the Mrs. Tweety lives. I suggest we all run, definitely. Cooper Dude, have you seen the newest season of Futurama? Yes, I have, and I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. I've heard people having mixed responses to it, but I'm getting a lot out of it. I'm really surprised how good it is, and how it feels like the show has just flowed from the last season. It doesn't feel like, oh, I can really tell like someone else is in charge of this now. it's still Futurama to me. It's still everything that I love about Futurama. The sci-fi concepts, the comedy, the characters. It's all there for me. But yeah, and it's been nice to have something to look forward to every Monday. David says, I'm also autistic, and that's awesome. Mr. C, which anime are you currently watching? None. None. I shouldn't be watching anime. But I'm planning to watch the Laid Back Camp movie. And Bill went, hey Jamie, how are you doing? I'm doing good, thank you. Gillian, what is your favourite episode of Ed, Edd n Eddy? The really trippy one. I think it's called Ed plus Ed equals 2 or something. The really trippy psychedelic one. I love that one. It's so weird. Nicholas, do you think Disney should consider doing less live-action remakes? Oh, definitely. Absolutely. This is something that I have a video kind of planned for. Yeah, I've got a video about Disney remakes. That's not what you think it is. It's not like another video where it's like, oh, Disney remakes are terrible. And it's a topic related to that. But it's going to aim for a more positive kind of angle. You'll see. It'll make sense when it comes out. Billy, Jamie, are you familiar with Johnny Quest and Captain Planet? Yes, I am. I've not really watched either, though. The only Johnny Quest thing I saw was the Tom and Jerry movie. Thomas, have you ever seen Disenchantment, the Matt Groening series? I saw the first season, kind of liked it, didn't really go back to it if I'm honest. If you will create a movie yourself, what will it be about? I actually have some movies planned. I have some feature films already planned. I have some scripts ready and everything. The problem is budget. I need a budget for all these projects. It's one major reason why I'm growing a YouTube channel, is so that I can increase the chances of crowdfunding all of these projects, because my main thing is I want to be a filmmaker above anything. Ronaldo, question, do you like to watch anime? Yes, I love watching anime, but like I said earlier on, once I get into anime, it just consumes my life. So once I find one that I'm really into, that's it, my life is over. That's all I want to do. Tony, have you seen Across the Spider-Verse yet? And if so, what are your thoughts? I've not seen it, but I will be eventually reviewing it. Possibly this month. Possibly. Because Elemental won this month's Jambareeqi Orange, by the way. Darren Sutcliffe asks, who is your favourite actor? I don't really have one, if I'm honest. Every time I try to think off the top of my head, my favourite actor, I just get a list of actors, like Danny DeVito, Steve Buscemi, Christopher Walken. I've got so many, it's hard to say, my favourite. Billy, what do you think of the audition scene in Sing 2? Don't really remember it. Will Mrs. Tweedy have her revenge on the chickens? We'll have to find out. Dream says Mr. Tweedy probably left Mrs. Tweedy. I hope so, to be honest. David, do you like the Backyardigans? The Backyardigans kind of came out when I was an adult, so I never really got into it. It wasn't those kind of things. It's a different generation. Rosie, I listened to it and still haven't found what I'm looking for from Sing 2 a lot. It's my favorite from this film. Oh, I'm still having... Oh, that scene. That scene, I really like that scene. Thomas, Mr. Tweedy props divorced her and got a crap of insurance. Ventures Ryan, hey Jambareeqi, I respect your opinion, but I like Shark Tale, Kung Fu Panda 3, Madagascar 1 and 2, and sure they're full, but I enjoy them. I'm glad you enjoyed them. And if I'm honest, I've changed my mind about Shark Tale. I've actually done a tweet about this, but you know what? I like Shark Tale now. There, I said it. When I rewatch Shark Tale for my Druids Villains video, I was just kind of wow, why was I showing this? This is a good film. There's a lot of stuff that works in that film. And eventually, I will be doing a video essay where I'll explain and defend the film. I will defend Shark Tale. I think there's a lot of things that are done very well in that film. JT, any movies that you find amazing but have underwhelming villains? Off the top of my head, not really. I mean, one of my favorite aspects of a film is the villain. So I feel like if the film has a bad villain, then it definitely drops for me. So I can't really say. Ronaldo, question: have you seen the Illumination Entertainment Super Mario Bros. Movie? I have. I've done a review of it. It's on my channel. Go check it out. Soda, I told you they was organized. I told you they was organized. Famous last words from a wonderful man. Gillian, tell me what are your favourite childhood cartoons growing up? Ed, Edd and Eddy, Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, As Told by Ginger, Lloyd in Space, Recess, Pepper Ran, Rugrats, All Grown Up, Ace Lightning. Yeah, I had a lot of favourites. Nicholas, is it true that you only have good rock bands in the UK, as Dominic Noble claimed in Luke's review of Trapped's only hit album? I don't know. I do know Dominic Noble. I was going to say that. But we do have a lot of good rock bands here. I'm going to be honest. Our rock scene is pretty damn awesome. A lot of our rock bands really slap. I can't really think of that many rock bands that I dislike over here. Billy, Jamie, are you familiar with Johnny Quest and Campus Planet? Yes, I answered this earlier. Blue Dude, do you have any pets? Not where I live right now. I can't have pets where I live right now, but hopefully one day I can afford to move out and I will be able to get a bulldog. I want a bulldog. And I want to call it Bruce after Bruce Lee. Ryan, will you play Disney Dream Valley again? I mentioned this earlier, but yes, I am planning to go back to the game. I love that game so much, especially when it comes to fishing with Goofy. Blue Dude, where did your YouTube channel name come from? It was a nickname that I had at my first ever university dorm. A graphic art student gave it me. So when I was setting up the channel, it just happened to be the nickname I had at the time. And no, there's no deeper explanation than that. There's no deeper explanation, and like even she's kind of like, I don't know where that came from. If you will get $1 million bill, will you buy a Ferrari and get a babe, or B, make a good movie and win an Oscar? I'm not interested in Oscars, but I do want to make a good movie. Davey, what is your favorite Playhouse Disney show? You'll have to name a few. I probably don't even know any. Billy, Jamie, speaking of Warner Brothers, what do you think of My Adventures Superman? Not seen it. Reynaldo. Question, if you think you skip my question on the hat, like I asked question about a hat and you miss it, I think. I don't know what you're asking, sorry. Ryan, can you do the Three Stooges movie? Nah, I've got no interest in that film, if I'm honest, but Hats Off Entertainment did a really good video on that film. Billy, Jamie, do you miss doing Twitch streams? Not really, because no one came to them. It was a nice little club to do every week, but like no one really came to them. So it's great to finally start doing streams where like there's more interaction. But there was a charm to doing Twitch, and I did kind of miss it. So I have mixed feelings. But I'm kind of much happier doing YouTube now. Billy, oh no, I've just read that. Evan, what animated movies you are anticipating for the rest of the year? I can't remember what's coming out the rest of the year. Darren Sutcliffe, favorite director, Akira Kurosawa. Takeshi Kitano probably in second. If I'm honest, is that my mod? Just double checking. Bear with me, folks. I should just turn off my phone when I'm streaming. It's kind of rude. Where am I? Haley, to be honest, I really need Into is a redder wedding. I don't follow, sorry. JDC, I'm an American. I'm saving money to travel to the United Kingdom, aka your very own native country. Have you ever thought of or dreamt about traveling outside your country with your own money someday? Yes. The only country I've really traveled to outside England with my own money is Northern Ireland. That's it. And it was to go and shoot a wedding. Film a wedding. But I would love to go to other countries. I want to go back to Greece. I used to go to Greece all the time as a kid. Every year my family go to Greece, so it's very nostalgic for me. Ludo, what's your in real life job? Like I've announced recently, I'm keeping that kind of stuff private from now on. That's gonna stay with me and my friends, and I hope you can respect that. Primrose, I love how you rewatch movies and your opinions can change. I'm glad you enjoyed that, because like that's happened quite a lot lately. There's been a lot of films I've rewatched and been like, I was a dumbass with this kind of with my old videos on this. What was I talking about? Ryan, Three Stooges movie, please. Ryan, can you please stop making that request? I've seen you make that request on my community tab a million times as well. I've said several times no. I'm saying it once, but no, sorry. Thomas, do you see any more of Morbius now? Do you mean Mortius? Mortius, and is Jambareeqi still living with you? No to either. They live in my old university dorm. Darren, he's a phantom. Danny Phantom. Sean, have you heard of this new horror show, The Fall of the House of Usher? I have heard of it. It's directed by Mike Flanagan, and it's a modern adaptation of Edgar Allan Poe's short story, and it has a very evil versus evil vibe. Well, the thing is, I already love Roger Corman's The Fall of the House of Usher, so I'm already interested in this idea, and I've heard that Mike Flanagan's an interesting director. God damn it, where am I? Where am I? I've just lost chat again. Hang on. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Where the frick am I? Oh my god, I've really scrolled down. It's annoying, but for some reason, the chat box just keeps jumping. Right, bear with me. I'm trying to catch up. Where am I? Where am I? There we go, found it. JT, any movies you liked as a kid, but starting to dislike it growing up? Not that I know of, if I'm honest, because I'm starting to get to that phase where, like, I go back to my childhood films and I'm like, yeah, this film's kind of slaps. I think I was onto something as a kid. Billy, Jamie, what are your thoughts on the Barbie movie, the live-action film, by the way? I've not seen it. And I've not seen Oppenheimer either, sorry. There's a lot of films I've just not had the time to see. Billy, what... Oh, sorry, I read that. Thomas, what about Henson the Chimp? The Henson puppet is still with me. I still have the Henson puppet. But because I don't really do sketches and gags anymore, I've not really needed Henson, if I'm honest. I have considered doing like a Henson like stream though. I think that'll be a really interesting kind of technical thing to pull off. It's just trying to work out how I would do that. But like, it's something I'd love to do. Is like a puppet stream using the Henson puppet. Del Drama, Jambareeqi, will you do a ranking of all the Sony animation villains? Yes, it's in the line. Davey, what are your thoughts on the two Sonic the Hedgehog movies? I remember enjoying the first film. I've not seen the second one. Reynaldo, question, is your real voice or are you forcing an accent? No, this is my real accent. This is my natural accent. My accent's kind of weird. Because like I know it sounds very over enunciated, but that's the southern side of my accent. But at the same time, I was raised in the north, so my accent is a mix of London and Yorkshire. It's bizarre. It's a really strange sounding accent. Bloody Sunday. Hello everyone, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Oh, that's a lovely thing to say. Nicholas, I predict that eventually either Paramount or Universal will eventually purchase Warner Brothers. Who knows? Davey, have you ever heard of the British YouTuber Categories? Yes, I have. Big influence on me, and I have his YouTubes as well. Gillian, do you remember watching Cyber Chasers when you were young? Nope, didn't see it. Blue Dude, if you're wondering how he makes them control C to copy, control paste, just experiment with layers and blending options and stroke and sizes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how we're doing thumbnails, if I'm honest. Davey, what are your thoughts on the Sponge Out of Water? Sponge Out of Water, I remember re-watching that recently, I think. I don't know. But it's alright. It's entertaining in how weird it is. I wouldn't say it's a great film, but like it's got this psychedelic appeal to it. Where am I? Where am I? JT, do you think Illumination would make a Smash Bros. Movie? To me, it's very unlikely. I mean, I've heard the Super Mario Bros. Movie did really good, so I probably would imagine them banking on it. Evan, have you heard of the YouTube reviewer Sean Chandler? Nope. Tony, thoughts on Amphibia? I remember really liking it, but like it's been a while since I saw it. But I remember getting really into the whole Chosen Family vibe and the world building. I don't really have a deep opinion on it though, because it's just been a while since I even saw it. Primrose, what movies would you recommend, including ones you rewatch, for people new to appreciating animation as a genre/art form? I guess it kind of depends on what kind of reaction you want out of someone when it comes to like getting them into animation. And I feel like the great thing about animation is that it's so broad, and it's not a genre, it's a filmmaking tool, and there are lots of genres within animation. So whenever you're trying to get someone into animation, I think it's about understanding them first. It's about like knowing, okay, what are you into? There's probably like an animated film that has those tropes, has those cliches, has that genre. That's what I try to think when it comes to like getting people more into animation. But in terms of like appreciating it as an art form, it's an obvious answer is Spider-Verse, if I'm honest. That's a very accessible film that experiments with animation. I feel like those are really good to get people into. If you're gonna really risk it, get them into Yellow Submarine. Get them to watch Yellow Submarine. Get them to a psychedelic movie. Mihovo, who are your favorite film directors? Takeshi Kitano, Akira Kurosawa, Satoshi Kon, Young Schwankmeyer. That's all I can really think of off the top of my head. Will you rank Ghibli Studios? If you mean the villains, yes. In terms of the films, I've already done a top 5 best and worst. Thomas, didn't you say you didn't like Doug Walker and his crew? I do not, and we're not getting into that, sorry. Gillian, thoughts on the life and times of Juniper Lee? Never seen it. Fleagle and Bubster. Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in the clutch. I'm about too much. Okay. Leo, you used to get a massive book of TV guides for Christmas. This is why your friends were friends, or as much as a dog as I am. I had so many of those massive books as well. I would just take them wherever I went. I took them on holiday, by the way. I feel like I'm really behind in terms of chat. But again, if you want me to prioritize your question, feel free to do a super chat for your question. David, what are your thoughts on Winx Club? I've not really seen it. I think I saw like a couple of clips when I was talking about the Ariana Grande film, but that's about it. SGM Haddock, why is the UK rating system for movies so different than here in the United States? Okay, so here's the thing. We have a history when it comes to that. In the 80s, a bunch of films were banned in the UK. They were listed as the video nasties. There's probably about like 80 to 100 films. Some of them were banned just because of their title, some were banned because of the content, some of them were banned because of the grotesque VHS cover. So loads of films were banned. The way around this, the way to stop banning altogether and to come to some kind of solution was to create the BBFC. I don't think they're that weird compared to the MPAA. I feel like the MPAA ratings are a bit too specific, like NC-17, why 17? That's just a weird number to pick. But maybe that's just me. But yeah, the BBFC UK film ratings, there's U, Universal, UC, which means like it's for everyone, but particularly for very little kids. PG, parental guidance, 12 and over. When Sam Raimi's Spider-Man came out, 12A was introduced so that more kids could go and see Spider-Man, so that became a 12A, and 12A is now a thing. It basically means anyone under 12 has to be accompanied by an adult. And then there's 15, which is 15 and over, and 18 and over. I don't think it's that weird. I don't think it's that weird. I think NBA ratings are weirder. Davies, happy almost birthday. Thank you. But the 19th. Soda, Old Man Jam. Wow, I really am behind on chat. Soda, Old Man Jam, back in my day. I feel like I say that all the damn time. Haley, bro, I relate my memory is horrible and I have ADHD and it's not fun and I forgot so many things. Bless you. Darren, have you seen the trailer to Wonka? Yes, it looks fantastic. I love Paul King's work. I love the Panting films and Mighty Boosh. I feel like he's going to do a lot with it. Timothée Chalamet. I think he's a good casting. Yeah, I'm down for it. It looks fun. Thomas, thoughts on the David Yen? Godfather of what I do. Really respect him. I've just not watched David Yen in a while. JT, are you going to watch Godzilla -1 on this December? unlikely, if I'm honest. I've not really seen any MonsterVerse films so far, and I'm very, 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 very behind on the original Japanese Godzilla films. Hellvale, thoughts about Lackadaisy? I've not seen it. Looks good though. Gillian, who are your favourite characters voiced by Kafsuse, Cree Summer, Deedle? That's too many to answer. Sorry, that's too many. You have to pick just one actor. Leo, here's your word as original grant. Oh, thank you. Let me unwrap it. Oh my gosh, thanks so much for the compliment about my name. It was either that or Videopolis. I think Vidtopia's better. Videopolis sounds more like a VHS rental shop. Vidtopia sounds like a YouTube channel. If you wanted to live inside a movie, what movie will it be? Well, technically there's a laid-back camp movies, and I want to live there. Primrose, I would love to if you talked about Digimon. It's quite underrated. Yeah, I'd be down for doing like a whole stream where I just talked about Digimon for ages. I would honestly be so down for it. Like, I've rewatched all 3 seasons a million times. And like, yeah, love Digimon. Don't get me started again. I'm just gonna go on forever. Thomas, long time ago you said you wanted to remake the Animation Disaster Weird Back a Dancer story. Would you still want it? If I had the rights, I would definitely adapt the book myself. I feel like there's some really interesting stuff there. And like, Way Back is one of my major guilty pleasure films. Adventures Ryan, hey Jambareeqi, which show is better, King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead? King of the Hill, definitely. I love Beavis and Butthead, but like, it doesn't really offer that much in terms of content. It's just a good laugh. It's just a charming good laugh. King of the Hill goes a lot deeper, has a richer world and things like that. Davey, what are your thoughts on WALL-E? I love WALL-E. I really love WALL-E. It's one of my favorite Pixar films. I love the romance. I love the silent animation, or the robot animation in general. Great film. Darren, I had a feeling you'd say Homer's Enemy. I don't know why. Who is your most despised YouTuber? I'm not gonna. I don't like that answering those kind of questions, if I'm honest. Davey, you kind of sound like a deeper voice Wallace. One of my exes says that I sound like Kenneth Williams. Vitopia, for the UK Prince of Egypt Pro Shop will be released in cinemas on October the 19th. Nice. Okay, cool. Haley, as for someone who is also neurodivergent, I understand with your memory thing, I have ADHD. Leo, I have no idea you chose the Fatal Hack because of JoJo, you absolute weeb. Yeah, I'm sorry. I need to catch up with JoJo, by the way. I really do love JoJo. I want to get back into it. Helpful asks, are you a fan of Giallo horror films? I am. I do like my Dario Argento. And that's the thing. I'm going to say this. I have a friend who actually reviews Giallo films. He's going through all the Shameless Entertainment movies at the moment. If you search Old Man Chimes reviews, or just like Old Man Chimes, and check out his channel, okay? Really sound dude, really nice dude, and his reviews, he reviews really like messed up, grotesque exploitation movies, but he's just this chillest, nicest guy ever. So like, if you want to hear someone very laid back and British talking about sleazy horror films, go check out Old Man Chimes, okay? Where am I? David, have you ever been to Disneyland Paris? Yes, I have. I went there with my college class, but I don't like rides, so I didn't go on any rides except for Space Mountain because I couldn't see anything. I mainly like the secrets. I went to look up for the secrets. Gillian, Steven Universe or Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends? Steven Universe because I've not been seeing Foster. Thomas, thoughts on Toy Story 4? I'm still keeping my mouth zipped on that. I will eventually do a video on it. Davey, have you ever been to Liverpool? If so, what was it like there? I don't know if I have. Another reason why getting old is a nightmare. I don't remember where I've been. And it doesn't help that growing up, my family went camping all the time. So we traveled all across the country. So I don't know where I've been. I've probably been to Liverpool, but I don't remember. I'd like to go there. It's not too far from where I live. Darren, have you ever seen The Royal Family? I have, but it's been a while. Do you think you'll be a different person without your autism? Oh, definitely, yeah. Adam, have you seen the Harley Quinn animated series? It's geniusly one of the funniest cartoons currently airing. I watched an episode and I really couldn't get into it, sorry. I think I watched the first 2 episodes and it just wasn't for me, I'm afraid. Blue Dude, I know this is a personal question, but what's the reality of AdSense on YouTube? Because I would like to earn money of this someday. It all depends on views and watch time. I can't really say like this is AdSense. This is what you'll get from AdSense because like it all depends on data. It all depends on data. But like if you get into YouTube for the money earning, you're gonna be disappointed because it's gonna take a while until you start actually earning money. I'm afraid, and a lot of it is down to luck. The Melon plays. What's your favorite underrated DreamWorks movie? Underrated? I don't know. I feel like they all do get the reputations they deserve. If I'm honest. Oh, I've really grown to love The Road to El Dorado. So I'm gonna go Road to El Dorado. That's definitely the most underrated. I feel like my review of that is shit and has aged horribly because like that film's really good. I watched it again and again. And it's just so damn charming. Ooh, I do like a bit of Gorgonzola. Davey, what is your favourite British cartoon of the 2000s? I don't know. You'd have to remind me what came out in the 2000s. I knew I did a whole video on them, but even I can't remember. Primrose, I think it would be fun to talk about underrated anime that not many people talk about. My bias, but I recommend Wolf Children. Yeah, I wouldn't mind talking about obscure anime in general if other people are down for hearing me talk about it. Have you ever been teased as a child? Yes, I was very, very, very bullied when I was a kid. I was super bullied as a kid. In all my schools, every school I went to, I was bullied in some way. And I really didn't have that many friends. It was very rare for me to get like genuine friends. I don't think I got genuine, real friends till my university years. Gilliam, Big City Greens, The Loud House, or Amazing World of Gumball, which do you prefer to watch more? I've seen an episode of Big City Greens, didn't like it. I've seen the Loud House movie, hated it. I adore Amazing World of Gumball, so it's Gumball. Mr. C, thoughts on the anime Made in Abyss? I don't know. I don't know what to really make of it, if I'm honest. Like, I started watching it, and then I was like, no. But that's just me. The thing, like I've said before, I like to watch anime that cheers me up, or gets me into the right kind of vibe, and relaxes me. So I'm very picky about the kind of anime I watch, and I don't really watch dark anime TV shows. JT, one anime I would suggest to you is The Ancient Magus' Bride. It's a slice of life anime mix of romance and fantasy. I've heard of it. The premise kind of puts me off, if I'm honest. David, my favourite video on your channel is when you reviewed this One Princess Christmas. The vid was hilarious. Glad you found it funny. Mela asks, what movie you not like, but you like the villain? That's hard to say off the top of my head. I know the kind of film you're talking about, but like off the top of my head, I can't think who. Damn it, I actually can't think of any films where like the villain saves the film. They do exist though. There's a lot of like straight-to-video films where the villain is the best thing. That happens. So probably go with those. There's a lot of the Disney sequels. The best thing about them is the villain. And the Land Before Time films, best thing, villain. Villain can save a film. Gillian, Drake and Josh, or The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I'm gonna say Drake and Josh, because I actually watched that. Sweet Life kind of came out a bit after my generation, so like I never got to see it. Vintobo, thoughts on the new Nickelodeon logo with the sprite returning after 14 years? No strong opinion, if I'm honest. Nickelodeon have rebranded themselves so much since I was a kid that like I'm not really that attached to what their branding looks like. Davey, what are your thoughts on Scooby-Doo and the Phantom Virus, aka Scooby-Doo and the Spindly Johnny? I didn't mind it. If I'm honest, as hilarious as Caddy's video is on Spindly Johnny, the Cyber Chase, that's it. Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase is pretty much like any other straight-to-video Scooby-Doo movie that came out in the 2000s. They're all pretty much the same. I don't think Spindly Johnny stands out as, like, remarkably bad. It's just, like, they all had those same... All the problems of Cyber Chase, they're in all the others as well. Darren, I want to be a filmmaker too, and don't give up on that dream. Never give up on that dream. Rosie, I have Asperger's syndrome, and had it since I was born, but wasn't diagnosed till I was 4. Luckily, when I was growing up, I understood more about myself than I ever did when I was younger. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. And it's good to keep working it out, because like everyone's different on the spectrum, so it's always good to work out, okay, how do I feel about this, and everyone should respect that. Council Finna, what is your guilty pleasure movies? Cedar Chucky, We're Back, Quest for Camelot. I got a few. Gillian, did you like The Diary of the Wimpy Kid or Dork Diaries more? I've not seen Dork Diaries. I've seen the animated Wimpy Kid movies, and I thought they were shit. Adam, have you seen or are considering checking out Doom Patrol? It's one of the funniest, most bizarre, insanely heartfelt comic book shows ever made, and also arguably brought Brendan Fraser back. I want to see it for Brendan Fraser. That's the only reason I want to see it, if I'm honest. Gillian, give me a thumbs up if you love 2015's Inside Out. I like it. I don't know if I love it. I like it. I think you need to make a creepy movie. I have made a horror film on this channel, by the way. It's just nobody watches it. It's called Umbrella. I made it, I think, back in 2018 or 17. I think it was 18. It was like, yeah, it was a short horror film that I made. It was based on the superstition of like opening your umbrellas indoors. So feel free to go and check it out. It's called Umbrella. Go watch it. Go check it out. Not enough people go and watch it. Tony, thoughts on Guardians of Galaxy Volume 3? Loved it. Loved it. One of my favorite MCU films. It was just a great balance of like really funny black comedy and also heartfelt drama, and just like I was so emotional throughout the whole thing. I was so endeared by it, and that's saying something because like it's very rare for me to get that invested in an MCU film, but I love James Gunn's work. So my favorite part of Shark Tale was when Will Smith fish slaps Chris Rock zebra. Melon, I think Shark Tale is good, but its flaws are the animation looks incomplete and some of the story can be confusing. Mr. C, got any plans for Halloween? In terms of like outside YouTube, I do have like the typical kind of ideas of like what I want to do with friends. But there's going to be a lot of Halloween content on this channel, I think. Particularly with like, I've got some streaming ideas. On Halloween night, I'm going to be doing a Halloween party stream. So look out for that. Leo, oddly enough, I always like Shark Tale, so I reckon we'll have some interesting combos there. Thomas, As Told by Ginger. Yes, I love As Told by Ginger. I'm actually planning to rewatch it. So the thing is, I can't sleep without something on. Something has to be on. There needs to be something playing. And typically, I will choose a movie or TV show that I've seen a million times, so I won't get distracted and I won't worry if I'm missing anything. And I call them my bedtime shows. And I've been going through different kind of cartoons lately. I'm thinking of going back to As Told by Ginger or Lloyd in Space. Gilliam, Peep in the Big Wide World of Bluey. Bluey is better than everything. Bluey is one of the greatest things ever made. Darren, favorite music artist? Prince, Bjork, Beck. Those are a few of my favorites. My favorite band is Maximum the Hormone, who we most likely know for doing the theme songs for Death Note. Kritsini, greetings, congrats on 20k subscribers, you have come a long way, thank you very much. Davey, what is your thoughts on the Tarzan Disney afternoon cartoon? I like it, I think it's pretty exciting, pretty fun. It's got that same energy as like the Hercules cartoon or the Aladdin cartoon. Gillian, what do you think of Wish and Migration coming to theatres in November, December, respectively? No feelings at all when it comes to Migration. How many more, like... It just looks like another, like, generic bird movie, like Duck Duck Goose and Freebird and stuff. Nothing about it makes me go like, oh wow, Illumination's really going out of their comfort zone. But Wish, at first, I was kind of like, I don't feel this. Just seems like Disney nostalgia bait. But then when I saw the trailer and I saw the star, I was like, oh, I see where you're going now. This might be interesting. So there, you just want a good fishing simulator. I'm a vegetarian, so unlikely. I only like fishing simulators where like you don't see the fish or something like that. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Nicholas, which show had a bigger downfall, Postman Pat or Fireman Sam? I don't know, because I didn't watch every single episode that was ever made. I only kind of like when I did a video on them, I just watched a couple of like the most iconic episodes. And I've not seen the reboots either. Though to be fair, the Postman Pat movie is terrible, so probably that's the bigger downfall. Leo, I'll never forget the almost minute-long delay on chat in Twitch. I think the delay on here is 20 seconds. Damn it. Where is it? Wait, I've lost it in chat. I've lost chat. I'm out of track with chat again. Hang on. Wow, I've got to really scroll up. Oh my god, where am I? Sorry, folks. Where am I? Here we go. Mackenzie, would you consider doing another 31 Halloween cartoons vid? I don't know. Maybe it got very difficult finding Halloween specials to really talk about, because when it came to those videos, I really wanted to create a sense of variety, because there's only so many times you can say, like, and the cartoon characters went trick-or-treating, but there was a monster. Like, a lot of Halloween specials are just the same thing again and again, so it was really hard to find a variety, find a unique kind of Halloween special. I'd like to, and the other problem I had is, like, I don't know what to call it, because the second one I call it, like, 31 more Halloween cartoons. 31 even more Halloween cartoons sounds a bit of a mouthful. Davey, what is your favourite UK football team? I'm not really into football, for honest. It bores the hell out of me. Whenever friends or workmates, or even family talk about football, it's like, don't care, walking off now. Whenever I'm at like a party and someone's talking about football, I'm like, I don't care. I just walk off. I just don't care about football. It doesn't interest me. But as a kid, I was really into football, but mainly because in the UK, there's a lot of pressure to be into football, especially when you're a boy. So I kind of forced myself to be into football, and my dad taught me to be a goalkeeper. I ended up being a decent goalkeeper at my school, just to fit in. And I asked my dad to help me to choose my favourite football team. He said, oh, okay, so what's your favourite colour? And at the time, it was blue. So he said, oh, your favourite team could be Sheffield Wednesday. So that was my favourite team growing up. And I went to one live football game, and I think it added to the point, it definitely built on, like, my growing dislike of football, because, like, it was 0-0 by the end of the game. It was a boring-ass game. I think it was United versus Wednesday. What's your favourite film antagonist and protagonist? Protagonist is Goofy. 100% Goofy should be the lead hero in everything, I swear. Favourite film antagonist is probably Ursula. Have you ever seen SML? No? I've seen SNL. David, you like sports? Yeah, just like I just said, no, I'm not into sports. The closest I'm into sports is entertainment wrestling, and that's not even real. Nicholas, will you ever do a top 10 list of stuff you won't review? Not really, if I'm honest. I'm not Doug Walker. Melon, do you think you'll look at your 10 least favourite films of all time and give them a watch and see what you think of them after the rewatch? Maybe. Darren, what are your thoughts on Something Special, aka Mr. Tumble? I've not really seen Mr. Tumble. Again, different generation. Davey, would you ever do a review on the Alvin and Chipmunks movies? Maybe. Could do a retrospective of them. Could do a ranking of them. Thomas, what happened to the Magic Fox chap? Magic Fox? Oh, you mean from my old reviews? I have no idea. That was just a stock animation I found on YouTube's green screen for free. Haley, have you seen Demon Slayer? I've cosplayed as Nezuko for Halloween. Nice. Keep cosplaying. If cosplay makes you happy, keep cosplaying. I've not seen Demon Slayer, but I probably will get round to it. My niece is obsessed with it. Really loves Demon Slayer, and she has a Demon Slayer cosplay that she loves to wear. I remember coming over once like, look at this, look at this. I think she has the sword as well. And her dad's a martial artist, so he's been teaching her how to fight and stuff. Gillian, Animaniacs are my gym partners a monkey. Never seen gym partners a monkey. Animaniacs I loved as a kid and still love to this day. Darren, favorite video game? Tricky. I love Phoenix Wright. I think Phoenix Wright just hits all the right notes and buttons for me when it comes to like enjoying a video game. But I also really adore Abe's Odyssey for nostalgic reasons, but also I love the aesthetic and the humor. Your thoughts on Darren Aronofsky films? I've not really seen any as far as I know. Your thoughts on Terry Gilliam movies? I'll admit, looking back, some of them are kind of pretentious, but at the same time, I like the ideas there. I like his vision. I like his passion. Fanatic Mitchell asked, did you hear about Arlene Sorkin, the inspiration and voice actress for Harley Quinn, passing away 3 weeks ago? I did. Very, very sad. Leo, to be fair, weird accent is something else we have in common. Yeah, Leo is also from the north, but she sounds even more southern than me. What's interesting is that I probably sound posh to like some people, but like I sound common compared to like each generation of my family. My mum has a proper Queen's English accent. Really talks like this all the time. Like, James, don't do that. James, put that down. That kind of accent. Oh dear, oh my, oh. And then my nana, who passed away a few years ago, she was even posher. She had like a double Queen's English. Like, oh no, oh my, oh, they're swearing, oh, terrible. So it's like each generation is going to be losing that that annoying posh London accent. Melon, accents can be weird. Like, I'm full British, but my accent doesn't sound British, and sometimes I sound Australian for some odd reason. I don't know why. Well, the thing is, I'm also quarter Welsh, and I don't even sound Welsh. Davey, what are your thoughts on the 2009 Christmas Carol by Robert Zemeckis? I've never reviewed it. Feel free to go and check that out. So yeah, feel free to check out my review of Robert Zemeckis' Christmas Carol. I remember having very mixed feelings about it. I'm not a fan of Robert Zemeckis' creepy, uncanny valley style of motion capture, if I'm honest. Davey, I can't believe that you actually own a Categories figurine. I do. And I use his drumsticks to reset my mode. No, really. Darren, have you heard of James A. Williams? Nope. So the Smash Bros. Move will be hard, especially if they try getting non-Nintendo characters into the movie. That's true, yeah. Well, favorite gangster films? The Yakuza films by director Takeshi Kitano. Massive influence on me, and like I'd love to do a video on Takeshi Kitano work. He's always been a massive inspiration on me. JDC, even though you've answered the question about the Oscars not caring about animation, did you even get around to seeing Guillermo del Toro's Oscar-winning version of Pinocchio? I did, and it's brilliant. I loved Pinocchio. Adam, what is an animated movie that you find to be the most underrated? For me, I'd say Kubo and the Two Strings. It's insane that barely anyone talks about that movie. I don't know, if I'm honest. I can't... Off the top of my head, it's really hard to think, okay, what's a film that I think more people should see? Especially when it comes to animated movies. Because I feel like there's a lot of animated movies I find underrated, but they're starting to get more attention, so it's really unfair to say that they're underrated at this point. Especially in the age of the internet, like, obscure things are getting way more attention now. The most underrated live-action film is Shirkers on Netflix. Go watch Shirkers now. Adam, what is an animated movie that you find to be the most Oh, I think I read that. Sorry, Gillian. What do you think on Chowder, Wayside, and Kip? I've not seen them, I'm afraid. Davey, what is your favourite Disney movie to play on VHS? I've not owned a VHS in years. But if I was to watch one on VHS, probably Hercules. Mr. C, thoughts on Paranoia Agent? It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I do remember really loving it. But I love Satoshi Kon's work in general. JDC follow-up. Even if Mr. Del Toro stated that animation is ready to be taken to the next step, do you agree that more filmmakers could learn to take the risk and treat the animated projects like art? Yeah, totally, absolutely. But the problem is the studios are the ones that provide the budget, the ones that provide the resources, and studios don't like taking risks, and they like the safety net of like particular designs and looks and ideas and tropes. Nicholas, I think NC-17 should be removed. Not removed, just changed to something else. 17 is just a weird... I don't like odd numbers in general, if I'm honest. Gillian, nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger. I've had a Butterfinger once. We don't have them in the UK, but I ordered them from America. They're fine. They're a bit too brittle. Davey, have you ever skateboarded and heard of Tony Hawk? I know of Tony Hawk. I used to skateboard as a kid. I had a skateboard. I wasn't very good though. But alright, I'm gonna head out. Looking forward to joining more streams on YouTube in the future. Awesome. Fantastic that you'll be joining for the future ones. However, are you excited or not for Beetlejuice 2? It's hard to get hyped at this point because I just don't know enough about it. I don't know what it's gonna be like. And I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've seen a Tim Burton film that really blew me away or inspired me, so it's very hard for me to be like, yeah, oh, Beetlejuice 2. I'm just kind of like, oh, cool, Beetlejuice 2. Okay, cool. Well, that's not enough. Saint Vizzuto, what is your favorite made-for-TV movie? I don't really know. You'll have to like list some, so I can't really remember any TV movies off the top of my head. Gillian, what are your favorite characters voiced by Grey Griffin? Again, you have to remind me who she voices, because I know her, but like Grey Griffin. No, you have to remind me. Give me a list, and I'll choose from the list. Nicholas, is there another film you'll give a 0 out of 5 after an old review of Tiny Robots? No idea. I don't really do ratings that much anymore unless I'm doing a blog. Zelda Queen Bee, how did you come up with the name Jambareeqi? I mentioned this before earlier in the stream, but like it was a nickname given to me at university dorm by a graphic art student, and no, there is no deeper reason than that. Zaid, do you still think Kron from Disney's Dinosaurs antagonist or just an animal? Because I think he's acting like an animal, than an antagonist. Well, if that's the rule, then like so many different villains wouldn't count. Because like you could explain away so many different villains by just saying, oh, just an animal. But he is an antagonist. He's antagonizing the hero. Nicholas, do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Yes, we got a King of the Hill quote. We got a King of the Hill quote. I will appreciate any King of the Hill references in chat, by the way. And just don't get me started King of the Hill. Whenever King of the Hill was brought up in my Twitch streams, I was just gone. The rest of the stream would be about King of the Hill. I could talk about King of the Hill for days. I adore it. Billy, Jamie, would you do a video on Captain Planet? Maybe, because the thing is, my mum is an environmentalism teacher, and she used to be in charge of like environmental education for Sheffield Council. So I was growing up raised on environmental studies and awareness and that kind of thing. That was part of my childhood. So whenever someone like complains about environmental preachness and things, I'm like, no, it's normal to me. That was my everyday life. I was always taught about it like all the time. I was taken to like environmental museums all the time. So it would be, from my perspective, I think like Captain Planet from the perspective of someone that loves animation and is also was raised on environmental preachness. Maybe it could be an interesting take, I don't know. Jambareeqi, do you still use physical media? If I'm honest, nah, less and less, but that's because I don't have a TV. Gillian, do you think Harvey Street Kids is like Ed, Edd and Eddy, Credit Creek, Peanuts, Hey Arnold, and Rugrats combined? I have no idea because I've never seen Harvey Street Kids. Billy, Jamie, which story part of JoJo are you on? I stopped at part 2, and I feel bad because I do want to watch more. Ryan, did you watch Brandy and Mr. Whiskers? I probably did, but I don't remember any of them. Nicholas, Royal Family of the West Wing. Never seen West Wing, some Royal Family. Adam, what is your favourite voice performance of a Disney film? For me, it's Jonathan Freeman as Jafar. It's probably going to be Stephen J. Anderson as Bowlerhead Guy. I love his performance so much. It's so good. It's so funny. Kirk, are you looking forward to Chicken Run 2? I talked about this earlier, but yeah, not a fan of some of the recasting, and but I'm totally on board with Cyberpunk Mr. Tweedy. Gillian, do you have any brothers or sisters? If yes, what are their names? I think, well, the thing is, I have vowed to keep certain things private in my life, and I think I'm gonna keep names private from now on. But I do have an older stepsister, and I have a younger brother. Where am I in chat now? Davey, what are your thoughts on Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas? I love it. It's adorable. I love all three stories. They're all wonderful stories. I have a soft spot for the Goofy one, obviously. Billy, what do you think of the live Loud House series and special? Never seen it. The only Loud House thing I've ever seen is the movie, and it was only because it was part of my ranking of the animated films that came out that year. Joshua, hey guys. Hey Joshua. Ryan, what are your thoughts on Adult Swim's Checkered Past? I have no idea what that Checkered Past is, sorry. Zelda, Prince of Egypt is my favourite underrated DreamWorks movie for someone who likes Moses Story. I feel like it's really gained a lot of appreciation nowadays, though. Zaid, what is your most hated movie cliche in the history of the world? I don't know. Because I feel like every cliche could be done well. In the right hands. So it's really hard for me to find a cliche that I really dislike. I could be cliche in a sense and say the lies revealed, because that does get kind of annoying. Cliche. No, I can't forget that like I damn right hate. Where are we in chat now? Which short film do you wish was feature length? Ooh, I think I had this before and I can't remember what it was now. Runaway Brain, the Mickey Mouse short. I'd love to see that as an actual feature film. That'd be sick. Billy, Jamie, would you do a video on the real adventures of Johnny Quest? No interest, sorry. Mackenzie, speaking of anime, again, if you do end up making another Halloween vid, highly recommend Until the Day It Becomes a Pumpkin from Oran High School Host Club. That was going to be one of my recommendations for one of my Halloween videos, because I love that episode. That is such a great episode. I love Oran High in general. Ticks a lot of boxes for me. Nicholas, thoughts on Fetch with Rough Man? Never seen it. Fanatic Mitchell, I'm on the autistic spectrum too. Awesome. Soda, wait, did you just imply Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island had problems? No. When I say straight-to-video Scooby-Doo movies, I'm not talking about the classics. I'm talking about there was a long line of them in the 2000s and the 2010s that are very average and just follow a formula. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Billy, Cyber Chase was the last one to deal with actual supernatural monsters, with Zombie Island, which is Ghost and Alien Invaders, because to me all of those are good in my quadrilogy. Kimberly, just want to say hello, hope you're doing well. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. Hope you're doing well too. Gillian, does The Secret Life of Pets remind you of Littlest Pet Shop? No, it reminds me way more of Toy Story, if I'm honest. Brittini, how many times have you visited Greece, and was the experience like? It's hard to say how many times I went, because I went every year as a kid, from like maybe age 7 to like age 16. I've been to so many. I've been to Rhodes, Crete, just mainly the islands, Cyprus, just loads of the Greek islands. That's the main place that my family took me to. But I have such strong nostalgic memories of it, of like the wonderful people, the beautiful weather, the gorgeous oceans, just everything about Greece. And the food, Greek food is just S+ tier. I miss Greek food. Billy, Jamie, how do you feel about James Gunn doing Superman and rebooting the DC universe? 100% trust. He's a great filmmaker. Joshua, Shark Tale is good for a bad movie and a guilty pleasure. Jamie, I think I see an alternate behind you. What is an alternate? I don't know what an alternate is. Zelda, do you like lighting in movies where the character's atmosphere changes depending on where they are and how they're feeling? Kinda, yeah. I feel like it can be a really strong lighting. Like more exaggerated lighting can be a great storytelling tool. So I'm cool with it. Fanatic Mitchell, what are your thoughts on Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights? Not seen it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Chat's jumped again for me. Where am I? Oh my god, where am I? Oh, I'm going insane. Where am I? Ah! I hate when chat jumps because I'm right. Where am I? Where? Oh my. How long is chat? Where was I? There we go. Gillian, Peppa Pig, Lazy Town, Dragon Tales, or Eleanor wonders why. I've not seen any of those shows except for Lazy Town and Peppa Pig, and Peppa Pig sucks. Lazy Town is great. Mackenzie, I'm the same when it comes to my sleep habits. I always have a collection of videos to fall asleep each night. I used to do that. Or sometimes still do it. I'll make a YouTube playlist of all the videos I want on as I fall asleep. And it's almost like having my own TV channel. Billy, Jamie, have you seen that episode of Disney's Tarzan cartoon where Tarzan meets his author? I've not. I'd like to see that episode, actually. Ryan, the new Mickey Mouse cartoon or Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I've not seen either, if I'm honest, as far as I remember. I remember seeing a new Mickey Mouse cartoon. Cameron, oh, that Kid Icarus figure looks sick. It is sick. Mackenzie, are you excited for Beyond the Spider-Verse? It's hard to say at this point because I've not seen Across. Zaid, what is your favourite Oscar for Best Animated Feature Movie? Dunno. Dunno. Gillian, Monsters Inc., Rio, or Vivo? Monsters Inc. is best out of those three. Nicholas, who was a better Thomas narrator? Michael Angelis, Ringo Starr, Mark Morrigan, George Carlin, Alec Baldwin, or Michael Brandon? I don't know, because the only one I remember is Ringo Starr. So, if I could do a Halloween animated special, it would be an anthology in the style of Tales from the Crypt comics. Well, that's a good idea. Same to do. Have you ever seen another person cosplaying as you? No. I'm not that famous yet. Britzenia, have you seen a British Yugoslavian short film released in 1979 called Dream Doll? No. It's about a lonely old man who finds his true love, a blow-up doll, in a sex shop only to lose her. That sounds really familiar. I think I came across that, actually. Gillian, are you a fan of mammals, reptiles, or birds? I love underwater creatures the most. Especially deep sea. Billy, Jamie, after watching All Dogs Go to Heaven, I was aware that the voice actress who voiced the girl was killed by her abusive father, R.I.P., and she could have had a good career. Yes, bless her, bless her. Solaris, are there any movies you've considered re-reviewing? Loads and loads. But at this stage, I'm focusing on stuff I've not reviewed yet. But when I get to a certain point, I'm gonna go back to some films. And sometimes I am doing that already. Billy, would you bring back Henson for your reviews? Not my reviews, but definitely for a stream. Mackenzie, have you seen Unicorn Wars, and would you consider doing a video on it? I don't think I have, no. Ryan, Animaniacs 2020 review. I don't think I have access to it. I think it's on Paramount Plus, which we don't. It's on Paramount. It's on some kind of streaming side that we don't have in the UK. I swear. Gillian, who are your favourite characters voiced by Rob Paulson, Caps Hussein, and Tom Kenny? Please pick only one voice actor. JT, any video game series would you like to have a movie adaptation? I would say GTA needs a movie adaptation. You know what? We need an Oddworld movie. Gillian, what are your thoughts on the Bad Guys 2022? I talk about it in my my ranking of the 2022 movies video that I did last year. I go into way more on that, but I do really like it. It's very charming, very witty, and really lovable anti-hero characters. Gillian, Skittles or Butterfingers? Skittles, but mainly because Butterfingers aren't a thing over here. Joshua, I'm just here from watching the Unlucky Tugs Railway series Soda Man. Nicholas, do you think Illumination will do an adaptation of Luigi's Mansion or Donkey Kong Country? Possibly. I mean, they hinted at it with the Super Mario movie. Hi Thomas. Fanatic Mitchell, if you do a Batman the Animated Series list, make sure to include the new Batman Adventures because it's the 4th season of Batman Animated Series. Just a tip. I might do that show. Don't know. Nicholas, Force and Cars 2, forgetting that the cars don't have hands. Cars 2 still sucks, I'm gonna say. I rewatched it recently. It still sucks. Still sucks. It's not there are much worse animated sequels out there, but the things that make Cars 2 bad are really noticeable. I think the only good things about it would be like the racing scenes. Actually, that's it. Just the racing scenes are good. Ryan, Animaniacs or Courage the Cowardly Dog review? No plans for either, I'm afraid. But I'm kind of like good online friends with John R. Dilworth, the creator of Courage the Cowardly Dog, and every time he's like finished a new short film, he gives me like an advanced screening. So sometimes I get to review those. Crizzini, favorite characters voiced by Tress MacNeille? Ooh, definitely Mom. Definitely Mom from Futurama. That's probably my favorite Tress character of all time. Whenever I think of Tress, that's the character that comes to mind, but also the grandma from My Neighbor Yamada's. Fanatic, I'm not a Sonic fan, but what's your opinion on Sonic X and Sonic Underground? Don't remember either. I just remember the theme songs and that's it. Since aside from Sonic Sat AM, Sonic X Underground are said to be good Sonic shows. Yeah, the only one I've seen is Sat AM. Gillian, who does Master Shake remind me of? No idea. Joshua, I'm starting animation college on Monday. Fantastic. I'm hoping to make an animated movie someday. Don't give up on that dream. Mackenzie, if you could travel to a dimension where movies left on the cutting room floor were released to theatres, which ones would you see? For me, it would be the animated Cats movie. Yes, I actually would agree with you. I do want to see the animated Cats movie. I agree with you, especially after seeing what they did to cats. Billy, Jamie, have you seen the Simpsons Butterfinger commercials? Yes, they're on the Simpsons DVDs. Gillian, Dairy Queen or Taco Bell? Dairy Queen's not a thing over here, and Taco Bell is only just come to the UK recently. And I don't really go there, if I'm honest. I don't really go to fast food places that often. Ryan, can you do all 3 Zombies movies for Halloween? If people are down for it. That's the thing. I'm mainly gonna be when it comes to like choosing media to cover or videos to do, it depends on how many people are gonna want to watch this. I don't want to cater just like a small group of people. I want to do a topic that a big group of people are like, oh yeah, I listen to the consensus. Billy, Grey Griffin voiced Daphne Blake. Yep, she's great as Daphne. Azula and Avatar. Yep. And Vicky and Fellow Parents. Yep. Yep, all those characters. I know who she's voiced. I was just trying to remember like a list of them so I could choose my favorite. Seen favorite European films. Anything by Jan Schwankmeyer. But also The Illusionist is a good one, and Belgian Rendezvous. Nicholas, which is worse, The Last Airbender or Dragon Ball Evolution? Last Airbender by miles. Dragon Ball Evolution, I think it's bad, but like it's entertainingly bad in a way. Last Airbender is just so soulless. Like Dragon Ball Evolution gets a lot of things wrong, but I wouldn't say it's lacking in personality. Fanatic Jambareeqi, who's your favourite Batman animated series character? Mine is Harley Quinn, because she's like that. Spunky, protective, athletic, big sister you could be very close with. Probably going to go with Joker. I just love Mark Hamill's Joker so much. Cameron, thoughts on the Nightmare on Elm Street movies? I've only seen the first one. And it's been a long time since I've seen it, so I don't really have a strong opinion. But I'd be down for like ranking them all, or I was considering doing a whole stream where I watched every single Elm Street movie. Would people watch that? Would you actually be down for watching me watching 7 or 8 different horror films? Billy, Jamie, did you have VeggieTales in the UK? Like, VeggieTales is a thing in the UK, but compared to the US, it's very obscure. Like, if I brought up VeggieTales to someone over here, they'd be like, what? What's that? Dreammaster, do you like jam? I love strawberry jam, and I love raspberry jam. I do like jam. Cameron, what's the best King of the Hill episode? Ooh, I'm going to be quiet about that, because I want to do a video on it. It's a really good episode. I don't think enough people talk about it. Soda, Squirrel Tactics. Leo, I still remember that time on Twitch when chat descended into a King of the Hill / Kingdom Hearts crossover. It did. Billy, Jamie, have you heard about Dale's voice actor passing away? Yes, Johnny Hardwick. He was an online friend of mine as well. Really nice guy. Really, really sweet guy. And like, I just feel like so much has been lost so much has been lost. And it's the King of the Hill fan base already lost a lot of people recently, and I feel like Johnny is enough, and it's really sad, and I will make it kind of sours the idea of the reboot. I don't know, with a lot of these characters, they are their actors. I don't know who you could get to replace them. I feel like something will be missing if you replace the voice actors. That's my purse. I don't know you. Razorblade, never seen. Billy, Jamie, could you picture a Power Ranger / Captain Planet crossover? Maybe. Could happen. Gillian, Grey Griffin voices Frankie Foster, don't know. Lola, Lane, Lily Loud, Emily Elizabeth, Wubsy, I don't know half these people. I know Vicky. Jackie, Popcorn, Cherry and Terry. I know that she took over Lucy Taylor. Lupe, Toucan, Ingrid the Trout. I don't know half of those characters, by the way. I don't know Vicky. Fanatic, would you do a video on the animated Batman and Harley Quinn movie from 2017? Maybe, because it was bad. That was such a bad film. That was such a terrible... That was one of the worst straight-to-video films I've ever seen. It was just garbage. Cameron, one of my favorite underrated movies is Cats Don't Dance. Oh, I've really grown to love Cats Don't Dance. Are you a fan of the Ren Stimpy show? Used to be, not anymore. Billy, Jamie, check your past his block on Adult Swim that showcases Cartoon Network's past shows. Oh, I didn't know about that. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Mackenzie, Jonathan Freeman was recently-ish on an episode of Hell of a Boss. I heard about that, yeah. Billy, Jamie, I meant to say live action because they did the live action Loud House series. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Mr. C, Perfect Blue or Paprika? Perfect Blue. I adore Perfect Blue so much, and like whenever I make a horror film, it's usually the reference. Gillian, Rob Paulson voices Donatello. Yep. Yakko. Yep. Pinky. Carl. Peck the Rooster. Toodles. Mark Chang. Gordon Quinn. I haven't got a clue about the last half of that. My favorite Rob Paulson character. It's hard to really. It's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say PJ from Goof Troop. Damn it! Chat's jumped again. Wait for me, folks. There we go. We're saying, do you agree Hugo Strange is an underrated Batman villain? I don't really know much about Hugo Strange, if I'm honest. Billy, would you want a Cartoon Network crossover movie with their characters? Oh yeah, definitely. Absolutely, that'd be really fun. Zaid, what is your favourite movie studio? Also, I hate the Lion reveal in movies, but the only movies that did well for me is Rango, How to Train Your Dragon, maybe Ice Age, and Road to El Dorado. Favorite movie studio? Most movie studios are way too corporate. And every time I feel like, oh yeah, that's a great studio, turns out they're really shitty people that like crunch their animators. So I don't really have a favorite studio in terms of like that, if I'm honest. Oh, Kyoto Animation. I'm going to pick Kyoto Animation, the most wholesome animation studio on the planet that actually cares about their animators and treats them really well. Yeah. Dreammaster, Halloumi is the best. Halloumi is the best. Halloumi is brilliant. I love halloumi cheese. Billy, have you seen the animated Adam West Batman movies? No, but I'd love to, because I loved 60s Batman growing up. I think out of most like Batman media that I grew up with, it was 60s Adam West Batman. And no, I'm not that old. It's just there was a lot of reruns. Louise, have you ever played Five Nights at Freddy's? Nope, and I've got no interest in playing it, if I'm honest. Billy, Jamie, since you hate Peppa Pig, would you want to fry her into pork chops or bacon? I don't know if I got that far. Kritzini, have you heard of YouTuber Jeffrey Kitsch? He referenced you at the end of one of his videos. Nope, never heard of him. Kritzini, favorite Rick Mail sitcom / character? Favorite Rick Mail character is definitely Drop Dead Fred. In terms of favorite sitcom, I'm going to go with bottom. Gillian, Tom Kenny is best known for voicing SpongeBob, Eduardo, Lumpus. Yeah, I know all the Tom Kenny characters. My favorite is probably Ice King. Adam, have you ever seen Courage the Cowardly Dog? If so, thoughts? Yep, I've seen it. I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's one of the best examples of introducing horror to kids. It really is. And like I said early on, I'm good friends with John R. Dilworth, and he's a sound guy. Gillian, oh yeah, almost forgot about Ice King and Heifer. Billy, Jamie, what did you think of the Samurai Jack revival? I thought it was good, but until the end. I've only seen one episode of Samurai Jack, and I think it was the first episode. Adam, what was your favourite cameo in the original 1979 Muppet movie? I'm going to go with Steve Martin. Dream Master, have you seen Ted Lasso? Nope. Billy, what did you think of John Cleese in Cars 2? John Cleese was in Cars 2? I don't remember John Cleese being in Cars 2. Remind me who he played. I don't remember. I know Michael Caine was in there. And I know Eddie Izzard was in there. Gillian, Gary the Snail. Mackenzie, it's funny all Dogs Go to Heaven was brought up. Did you know it had a show? Yep. I remember the TV show more than the movies, if I'm honest. It got played all the time as a kid. I remember watching some of the episodes on DVD, and it all feels like a weird fever dream. Favorite character voiced by Capso Say, probably Phil and Lil, maybe. Or Phil and Lil's mom. No, I'm gonna go Phil and Lil's mom. BK Productions, hello Jambareeqi, what's your favourite movie ever? A Silent Voice. Done a review on my channel. Mackenzie, didn't Spunkmeyer make a Pied Piper movie? Spunkmeyer? I don't know who that is. Whoa. Chat's jumped again, sorry. There we go. Who's your favourite Muppet movie villain? I don't know. I'm going to rank them one day, though. Underrated movie villain / villain song. I don't know. Sorry for the top of my head. Thoughts on Elm Street movies. Talked about this earlier. I really don't. I've only seen the first film, and it was a long time ago. Zaid, what is your favourite movie of Jim Henson's Creature Shop as special effects? As special effects? I don't know. Maybe The Witches. Gillian, doesn't Cricket Green remind you of Blue and Luann Loud? I have no idea, because I don't remember the Loud family, if I'm honest. I remember that the Loud... Again, I'm going to remind everyone, I've only seen the Loud House movie. I hated it, so I don't remember... And I don't remember any of the members of the Loud House family, so I'm not the person to talk to about Loud House, I'm afraid. Paddy, with how you hated Horrid Henry, would you consider reviewing the movie? Maybe. I have considered it. It has crossed my mind. It's very uniquely British, and I feel like there's some interesting stuff that I could bring up. Davey, what are your thoughts on Hell of a Boss? I've only seen the pilot. I remember liking it, but I didn't really pursue it any further than that. Ryan, can you review the Snoopy show from Wild Brain? Maybe one day. I would like to do more Snoopy Charlie Brown content, because you know I love my slice of life. Simpson, what is your least favourite movie from your favourite director? That's hard to say, because my favourite director is Akira Kurosawa, and like I tend to avoid the lower rated films. I've heard Dreams isn't very good. I've heard like the last films before he passed away, like where he started having a decline. So I don't really know. But my other favourite director is Takeshi Kitano, and I kind of like some of his bad films. JT, of the four main characters, which South Park character is your favourite? Mine is still Carmen, probably Stan. Gillian, do you think Abbey Park reminds you of Rainbow Dash? No idea what Abbey Park is, sorry. Soda, knowing that Batman and Harley Quinn takes place in the TS universe makes me sad. It does. Oh, that is sad. Cameron, would you be down to watching some horror movies for a stream? Yeah. If people are up for watching me, if people are down for watching me watching a bunch of horror films on the stream, I'll do it. Fanatic, Jambareeqi, the one thing about the Batman and Harley Quinn movie I hated was the part where Harley Quinn farted in the Batmobile. It was so gross. Oh, see, it was so bad I didn't remember that happened. Paddy, thoughts on Invader Zim? Love Invader Zim, one of my favourite cartoons ever made. Such a great example of like black comedy for kids done well. Leo, I sent this on Messenger, but thought I'd put it in case. Earbud battery's running low, so I've got to dash. Go with the rest of the stream. No worries, Leo. Thank you. Nicholas, did you know that chimpanzees are actually more dangerous than gorillas? No. Mackenzie, did you hear about Fiona and Cake? I've heard about it. I've not watched it because there's not really an easy way to stream it in the UK as far as I know. Fanatic. Mitchell, Jambareeqi, do you know that character redesigns in animation is non-canon in the context of the universe, if you get what I mean? I don't get what I mean, sorry. Damn it, chat's jumped again. Where am I? There we go. Ryan, can you watch all the Winnie the Pooh movies except for Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey? I do want, here's the thing. I want to do something about the Winnie the Pooh movies because, like, they're one of my favorite animated franchises, and they tick a lot of boxes for me. They're slice of life, they're cute, they're based on British literature. There's just so much there that I love, and every time I need to cheer up, I go to a Pooh movie. And this is something I've posted recently, but like, I'm constantly wondering, what makes a Winnie the Pooh movie good? How do I review a Winnie the Pooh movie? Because, like, when you go into Winnie the Pooh movie, you don't really go into it for the story or anything like you expect from a typical animated film. You go for the vibe, you go for the atmosphere. And I've never really seen a Winnie the Pooh movie where I'm like, oh, this is bad, or oh, this missed the mark, this doesn't understand Winnie the Pooh. So that's the one thing that I'm kind of like, I want to talk about Winnie the Pooh movies more, but like, there's only a select few that are particularly interesting to talk about that stand out as unique, like the Halloween movie or Grand Adventure. So I don't know. I would love to do a video on them though. Zaid, my favorite animation studio is ILM and Animal Logic. Adam, do you have a favorite villain from Courage the Cowardly Dog? The guy that goes, "Bring me the slab." Paddy, can you do a Puppet Panic on Puffin stuff? Maybe. I mean, I could do a video on just weird, but I do want to do a video on weird puppet TV shows, like cursed puppet TV shows. There's so many out there. Fanatic Mitchell, Jamie, if you had to pick your best horror movie villain, who would it be and why? Chucky, 100% Chucky. Just, I love his charisma. I love his wit. I love how creative he can be as a killer as well, and I love his dynamic with his family. Just so much to love about Chucky. And Brad Dourif, one of the greatest horror performances ever. Cameron, Oh Blood and Honey was so bad it wasn't even a bad it's good. It's just bad. It looks it. It just seems like, okay, here's a generic slasher movie where people are wearing Winnie the Pooh masks. Not interested. Osman Alice, a silent voice is so good. It really is. I love a silent voice. Favorite film ever. Mackenzie, I meant Yang Spunkmeyer. Please tell me I got that right. It's Schwankmeyer. It's Schwankmeyer. Adam, with Chicken Run 2 set to come out, do you have a favorite character from the original? Ginger. I do really love Ginger and her persistence. I love any characters that have some level of perseverance because it rubs off on me and I need that kind of energy myself. Gillian and Mandy, of course. I never really got into Billy and Mandy, if I'm honest. Damn it, it's jumped again. Bear with me, sorry. Who's worse, Horrid Henry or Kalu? I've not... Oh, is it Kailu? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I've never seen Kailu or Kailu or whatever you call it. Osman, have you seen Loving Vincent? I have, but it's been a long time. There is a review of it on my channel, but it's probably aged like milk. Joshua, have you seen the new Futurama revival yet? Yep, I talked about it earlier on in the stream. I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. It feels like it's just more Futurama content. It doesn't feel like anything's really changed drastically. It's just more great Futurama. Gillian, favorite ice cream flavor? Without a doubt, cookie dough. I love cookie dough ice cream. Love it. Zane, do you know the movie Happy Feet? And if so, would you do a review of it one day? Maybe. I have considered reviewing both films back to back in some way. Maybe as a versus, I don't know. But Happy Feet 2 is probably one of the worst animated sequels I've ever seen. Nothing happens. Literally, like, I know a lot of people say that in a very hyperbolic way. Even I'm guilty of that. But no, literally nothing at all happens in Happy Feet 2. It feels like the least eventful film ever made. I just remember penguins being trapped. I just remember penguins being trapped for like 2 hours and then sometimes singing and sometimes dancing. Joshua, I'm a bit disappointed Mrs. Tweedy didn't canonically die though. Well, yeah, I'm kind of the same if I'm honest, but I'm down for more Tweedy. Paddy, favorite Chucky movie? It depends. So my favorite in terms of like objectively good is probably Bride of Chucky, but in terms of personal enjoyment, Seed of Chucky. I enjoy Seed of Chucky so much. It's beautiful, campy fun. Gillian, does Turbo remind you of Cars? Turbo is basically Cars and Ratatouille, like all the cliches and tropes of those films just squashed together. But I wouldn't say Turbo is a terrible film. I rewatched it for the villains. Pardon me. For the Dreamworks villains video, I was like, this is fine. This is fine. Thoughts on Pooh's Adventure Train from early YouTube? I never got it. I never understood it. It went over my head. Mackenzie, I was asking if Jan Schvankmajer made, so again it's Schvankmajer made a Pied Piper movie. As far as I know, he didn't, but there is a Czech animated Pied Piper movie. I forgot who directed it though. I know it is a famous Czech filmmaker. I forgot his name though. Have you ever seen someone reenacting a stunt from Jackass? No. And I come from the generation where Jackass was at its most popular. Damn it, chat's jumped again. Zaid, what do you think about Rango 2011 after all these years? I really enjoy it. If you go and check out my video on top 5 Nickelodeon animated movies, I go into way more detail. But I remember rewatching and being like, yeah, this film slaps. I don't know what the hell I was on about. Fanatic Jammy, did you see the Gotham Girls web series? Nope. It's in the same universe as the Batman TS series. Worth checking out. Okay, cool. Cameron, would you include Christopher Robin? In terms of the Winnie the Pooh movies, I don't know. It would depend on what angle I'd go for. Gillian, tell me, Jam, do you think Scratch the Ghost design is like if Squidward and Blue had a baby? I have no idea what Scratch the Ghost is, sorry. Fanatic, Jammy, since Chucky's your favourite horror villain, which Chucky movie do you like the most? Again, I've already answered that question. Cameron, have you seen Trainspotting? I have seen Trainspotting. Love Trainspotting. I've not seen Trainspotting 2 yet, but a family friend has a cameo in that scene. I have a family friend from Scotland who I've always seen as an uncle. He has a cameo in Trainspotting 2. Kritzini, favorite and least favorite movie featuring Tim Curry. Favorite is probably either Rocky Horror or Muppet Treasure. And least favorite, I'm trying to remember the films I watched for Church of Tim Curry, and I can't remember the one that I hated the most. I honestly can't remember. There was a lot. He's done a lot of bad films, if I'm honest. Bless him. Also, we know about his opportunity of voicing the Joker, but do you think he could have been a good Alfred Pennyworth? I think Tim would have been a better Alfred than a Joker, honestly. And I've heard Tim's Joker. It's not great, if I'm honest. Gillian, favorite character voiced by Cree Summer. I swear I have one. I don't know. JT, which sequel disappointed you more? Toy Story 4 or Kung Fu Panda 3? Toy Story 4, because I really had a lot of... I was one of the rare people that was actually like defending it and hyping it up. So I had a lot of expectation for it. And I didn't really grow to dislike Kung Fu Panda 3 until years later. Cameron, do you have a favourite Ewan McGregor performance? Maybe Moulin Rouge, but that's probably nostalgia talking. My family was obsessed with Moulin Rouge growing up. Mackenzie, I was asking if I was trying to spell how pronounced it made a pipe. Yeah, I've already answered that. Usman, thoughts on Duckman if you've seen it? Never seen it. Cuba Dude, when I was a 9-year-old, I remember my parents let me watch Malcolm in the Middle. Malcolm in the Middle slaps. Great show. Really worth revisiting. Such a one. No, I'd probably say it is the best 2000s live action sitcom. Zetas, I love Cookie Dough ice cream too. Good, fantastic. Joshua, I have an idea for Happy Feet 3. I don't want any more Happy Feet movies, if I'm honest. Where am I in chat now? Christine, have you seen Brian De Palma's Phantom of the Paradise? No, but I want to. My best mate started playing clips randomly when I was over. He was just like, you gotta see this film, man. Gillian, what do you like more? Popcorn, pretzels, Jolly Ranchers, pickles, or s'mores? If I'm honest, out of all of those, the only thing that is kind of a thing in terms of snacks, particularly cinema snacks over here, is just popcorn. Pretzels are a thing here, but they're not that popular. I'd say nuts, like salted nuts, are way more popular. Jolly Ranchers, very rare things to get over here, like unless you like import it from America. Pickles are rare as well. S'mores are not a thing over here, and I've never had a s'more either. Soda, Happy Feet 2, nothing happened. The Troll Central Park enters the chat. I'd say Children's Central Park is more eventful than Happy Feet 2. Cameron, very unpopular opinion. Child's Play 3 is my favourite. I really like the army setting. No, the thing is, I remember actually liking Child's Play 3. I remember enjoying it. Ryan, Winnie the Pooh, kindness and cheerfulness just puts me in a big mood. Hell yeah. Zechan, hey, I've been watching you for a long time. What would you say is your favourite sequel from an animated movie? Favourite animated sequel? I actually don't know. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, like, maybe Cinderella 3? I don't know. Fanatic. Oh, Jammy, what did you think of the 4th season of Batman animated series? I've only seen bits and bobs of the Batman animated series. I'm not someone that's seen every single episode or knows every single season. I'm just sometimes I pop into it. Mackenzie, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. If he was a kid, I couldn't get through the first Happy Feet. Yeah, I didn't like the first Happy Feet, but like Happy Feet 2 makes Happy Feet 1 look like a masterpiece. Gilliam, who do you like more? Goofy, Cosmo, Ed, or Pinky? Goofy. Goofy is highest tier when it comes to characters. So to my theory on Pooh's Adventure is people want to upload full movies, but to avoid copyright, they decide to insert their own characters from a different franchise. Again, I didn't get the meme. Gooba Dude, is there a movie that you wish you came up with? There are some... Why is my memory so bad tonight? I remember seeing certain films and being like, it feels like I came up with this, but I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what the... Oh, Sea Beast. I swear Sea Beast is just packed with everything that I love. And like, I remember like getting friends to watch and they're like, yeah, it's like you made this movie. So probably Sea Beast. Ryan, can you review the Felix the Cat movie, but can you survive the annoyingness? I don't think I can survive the annoyingness. I've seen clips and that was too much. Davey, what is your favourite Engie Benji episode? I don't know, I've just seen bits and bobs. Fanatic, Jammy, I was meaning which Chucky movie you liked the way Chucky was portrayed. I'm gonna say it, I like him best in Cedar Chucky. I know that's my guilty pleasure movie, but I just feel like he's got the most pride in who he is. Out of all Chucky movies, he seems the most self-assured. He seems to really embrace who he is the most out of every Chucky movie. And like that part where like he's got the lightning storm when he's like, I'm Chucky, the killer doll. Like, yes, to me that is Chucky. I feel like Cedar Chucky nailed the character the best. Mackenzie, the ghost of Molly McGee. Oh, chat jumped again. Bear with me. Hang on. Mackenzie, the ghost of Molly McGee, that's what the other streamer was talking about. Scratch the Ghost is one of the main characters. I am interested in Molly McGee, if I'm honest. Looks good. Gilliam, who's much worse, Buzz McAllister or Brad Batowski? I can't remember those characters. Christine, do you agree Family Guy writers have recently made an improvement in their depiction of Meg? I have no idea because I've not watched Family Guy since I was a teenager. Joshua, this chat feels a bit slow for some reason. I don't know what you mean by slow. What do you mean by slow for some reason? If you're talking about like me catching up, there's just so many questions to get through. Zechan, I've been watching you for years. What is your favorite animated sequel? Again, I don't know. You have to throw a bunch of like good examples of great animated sequels to me. Fanatic, Jammy, who's your favorite editor in any character? Double D, 100% Double D. Even as a kid, I love Double D. Seems to do. Have you ever had a cereal for dinner more than twice? I've had cereal like for every meal of the day. Sometimes I love my cereal, to an unhealthy degree. I remember as well when I was a kid, my teenage neighbor had cereal after school, and as a kid I was like, "Whoa, I want to do this from now on." And the teenage neighbor was like, "All right," but when he was a kid, it was like mind blowing. Osman, do you consider puppetry to be animation? Technically it is, but it's more live action than it is animation. And the thing is, if I submitted a puppet short for my university animation course, I would fail. So that kind of says something. J2, how do you avoid spoilers in general? I've given up. I've just given up, if I'm honest. I don't think I'm very good at avoiding spoilers, because I feel like I feel like spoilers helps me to add a bit more context, so like I can move on to another topic. It's why nearly all my reviews nowadays are just packed with spoilers. Gillian, Donald or Daffy Duck? I'm gonna go with Daffy Duck. Probably, maybe. Mackenzie, just for frame of reference, for the guy asking about Brad Potowski, he's from a show called Kick Potowski. I've not seen that show. Why don't you continue with the series Jambareeqi reviews? Because I ended it years ago. It's not the format I want to review films in anymore. It's from a different period of reviewing. It was too restraining, too much restraining, too much hard work with all the graphics and stuff. Just want to get on with the meat of the review. Cameron, Malcolm in the Middle is so good. It's probably my second favorite comedy from the 2000s, first being Earl. Whoa! Chat jumped again. Damn it! Hang on. Bear with me. There we go. Patrick, what do you think is the weirdest best animated feature? Winder or Winner? Brave or Happy Feet? I probably preferred Brave, and I didn't like Brave. Kelsey, a review I watched of Treasure Planet, they said that Scroop was unnecessary. Oh, hard disagree. Scroop was a great friend. Like, you needed Scroop for, especially when, like, Jim was trying to sneak back on the ship. Zaid, what is your favorite animated sequel of 2014? How to Train Your Dragon 2 or Rio 2? Oh, How to Train Your Dragon 2. Easy pick. Rio 2 is terrible. Same for piggybacking on the popcorn thing, what do you like more in popcorn, salt or butter? Here's the thing. I have to explain to Americans like how many differences we have over here, but like butter on popcorn, it's not a thing over here as far as I know. It's not a mainstream thing over here. Like, and I used to work in a cinema, and it was just so weird to explain to American customers, we don't put butter on our popcorn. You either have sweet or salted or toffee. That's it. That is pretty much it, or maybe chocolate. But we do have like fancy popcorn packages where you can have like fancy like strawberry shortcake flavor or peanut butter flavor and stuff like that. Oh, the weirdest best animated feature winner. Oh, sorry. Probably Happy Feet. Zed-chan. I can't be asked with Happy Feet or Happy Feet 2. Both stuck in my opinion. One did not deserve to win Best Animated Feature. Gillian, who do you think is cuter? Polly Planter, Dot Warner, Penny Ling, Maggie Simpson, or Lola Loud? Maggie Simpson. Most of those characters I've never heard of. Desenos, can you please stop asking about Jambareeqi reviews? I'm not appreciating the spamming. Thanks. Ryan, which one, Piglet or Timon? Oh, Piglet, definitely Piglet. Piglet's adorable. Cuba Dude, ever thought about doing a live action Crushes tier list? I have. It's on my mind. I don't know when I'll do it. I probably might do it soon, actually. That is a question I've got to ask. So, my next stream I'm going to be doing after this will be a tier list. I want to know from all of you, what do you want to do a tier list of? I'll do a tier list of anything, but I want to know, what do you all want? What do you all want? Jacina Paz. Hi, did you have nachos in the summer? That tends to be my go-to snack. I think once or twice I had nachos. It's not my go-to. My go-to snack in cinemas has always been minstrels or munchies, which are British chocolates. Gillian, Ord, Cassie, Zack, or Wheezy. I've never heard of those characters. I don't know how to. I do not know how to like kick someone out on here, but that there's someone on. There we go. Right, yeah. So I'm gonna get rid of this person. They keep spamming about Jambareeqi reviews. I've given my answer. Right, sorry about that, folks. Damn it, where was I? Jeez, where was I? Am I? Zed-chan, like Puss the Last Wish, Shrek 2, Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget. My favourite out of those is probably Puss in Boots 2. Soda, I like cereal, but it's got to be a bowl of Cocoa Pops. I'm gonna say this. Out of Cocoa Pops is mid. compared to their spin-off stuff, especially their chocos. I love their chocos so much. I think I've got a box already lately, but like, but I've always loved just chocolate curl cereal. Fanatic, Jamie, did you see that Nickelodeon puppet show Mr. Meaty? Nope, but I've heard of it. Gillian, have you ever watched Life of Derek? Nope. Sempersudo, which movie had your favourite costumes? Favourite costumes? Descendants. I love the Descendants costumes. They're fun. Double A, yo Jambareeqi, big fan since Watson Gromit review. You're awesome, man. Thank you very much. Gillian, Luan Lau, number 2, Pinkie Pie, or the Annoying Orange. I don't really know any of those characters except for number 2 and Annoying Orange. And I've never got the idea of Annoying Orange, and I've not watched Codem Kids Store in a while. Zed-chan, no, one like Brave, it's so bad, and Room picks off for the time. Fanatic Mitchell, Jamie, have you seen Regular Show? No, but I want to. I do want to. Ryan, would you watch High Puffy Amiyumi for the first time? I don't really know much about it, if I'm honest. Patrick, yeah, I agree. Happy Feet winning over Cars and Monster House still boggles my mind. Blah, 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 blah. Patrick, have you seen Neon Genesis Evangelion? I tried to watch it. I've tried to make time for it, but like, again, my favorite kind of anime is like anime that cheers me up or makes me feel bubbly, makes me feel happy, makes me feel laid back. So it's really rare and hard for me to find a dark anime show that I can commit to. Because after a couple episodes, I'm like, no, I don't want this mood. I want to be cheered up. I want to watch fluff. Davey, what are your thoughts on Thomas and Friends: The Great Discovery? I've not seen it. There's a lot of Thomas media I've not seen. Kelsey, I know you don't like Shark Tale. No, I've changed my mind about Shark Tale. I talked about this earlier in the stream, but I've changed my mind about Shark Tale. I like Shark Tale now. But to me, the music kicks ass. It's a great soundtrack. It's a fantastic soundtrack. Cameron, a list of British sweets could be fun. Cameron, do you remember Cocoa Pop straws? Hell yeah, with the spoons. The straw spoons were sick. Favorite Phil Ravenscroft character? I kind of really like Kirby and Brave Little Toaster. Which is worse, SML or Annoying Orange? I don't know what SML is. David, what is your favorite Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared song? I wrote the Time one. I'll probably go with the Time song. Fanatic Mitchell, Jamie, would you like to hear my top 5 favorite fictional characters? Go for it. Fanatic Mitchell, and give me your thoughts. Go for it. George, what's your opinion on a Muppets Christmas Letters to Santa? I might be doing that for this year's Christmas Puppet Panic, if I'm honest. So I'm going to save it for that. But first time I watched it, I was like, oh, this is fine. Second time I watched it, oh my god, this is terrible. This is probably the worst Muppets movie. I really have kind of changed my mind about it. I was like, oh, this is a bad film. Ryan, oh no, Felix the movie is not the worst movie. That's the live-action Woody the Woodpecker movie. Davey, have you seen the Muppet Musician of Brennan? Nope. Senfusuto, what's your favourite pizza topping? Vegetarian. The Sapphire one, will you put more emotion and passion in your voice and give more honest and genuine review of films? Your recent videos sound so passionless and boring, like you're just copying other YouTubers. That's not a question, mate. I will do my best to improve, but that's not a question. This is a Q&A. The biggest problem I have with sounding more passionate in my videos is that I have a cheap-ass microphone. And whenever I talk into the microphone a bit too loud, it will peak. So that's my problem. Were you at the Doki Doki Manchester Con on Sunday? Yes, I was. Gillian, who is more greedy, Scrooge McDuck or Mr. Krabs? Whoa, chat's jumping. Ventures Ryan, sorry, I was gone. Me and my friends were playing mini golf to celebrate my birthday. Only a day late, but still. Where am I? Patrick, don't worry, not knowing SML is one of those things where you'll probably know when you look it up. Jessina Paz. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of anime unless they are the gentle, fluffy kind. Adventure, sorry, I hit unsubscribe by accident. I fixed it. Don't worry about it. Kelsey, would Muppet Treasure Island be better or worse if Silver was written the way he was in Treasure Planet? Snakes or Spiders? What is your favourite Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas song? Gillian, Chinese food, Italian... Oh, sorry. I don't remember this. Sorry, I'm not even answering questions. My mind's got distracted, sorry. Kelsey, would Muppet Treasure Island be better or worse if Silver was written the way he was in Treasure Planet? Don't know. Snakes or Spiders? I prefer snakes. Davies, what is your favourite Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas song? I can't remember any of them. Chinese food, Italian food, or Mexican food? I'm gonna go with Italian food. Fanatic, tell me my top 5 favourite fictional characters. Number 1, Harley Quinn, Batman Animated Series. Discord, My Little Pony, Twilight Sparkle to be continued. George, if someone drew a picture of Barney eating a hot dog and gave it to you, what would you do? I don't know. Ryan, High Profile Meme is a slice of life Japan kind of Cartoon Network show. JDC Man, do you think that a famous person with an interesting voice and name, for example Lisa Koshy, she is in Ruby Gilman, could be taught how to show some convincing range when it comes of voice acting? Gillian, what is your favourite segment of Animaniacs? I don't know, sorry. Fanatic. 4, Homer Simpson. 5, Eddie, what do you think? Yeah, it's a good list. Good list. Patrick, have you ever heard of Comey Can't Communicate? Yes, and I love it. I love Comey Can't Communicate. One of my favourite anime. Soda, Mr. Krabs versus Eddie versus Scrooge McDuck. Who would win in a battle of greed? Cameron, what's the most creative Chucky kill? Saffron, sorry about what I said. I just wish your videos have more variety. How do you feel about All Go to Heaven 2? Well, the thing is, I'm gonna try my best to improve. I will agree that I've kind of gone on a downslope. I will agree. There's been a bit of a downslope with my content, and that's because of personal reasons. It's because of my mental health. It's because of technical difficulties. There's just what you also have to remember is that a lot of my income comes from YouTube, so it's very tricky for me to take risks as well. I don't know why you said that I'm copying other YouTubers, because I don't even watch other animation YouTubers, if I'm honest. If I seem like I'm copying them, it's not intentional. I don't really try to be like anyone else, if I'm honest. But yeah, I understand your criticisms. I understand. I actually do agree with them. I feel like I could be doing better. I actually do think I could be doing better, but it's tricky. YouTube is a tricky thing to do. It really is. Especially when you're a smaller YouTuber. Toast Gaming. Yo, Jam, I remember you from back in the nostalgic crossover days. I would adore if you would check out Camp one of these days, maybe. Davey, what is your favourite Sim Street song? My favourite is I Don't Want to Live on the Moon. Matthew, oh, you were. I was wondering where you were at the con and when. I was there on Sunday. I did a live tier list, and then I just hung out in the main stage. Gillian, do you prefer pancakes or waffles? I'm gonna go with pancakes. George, do you plan to do a Jambareeqi Orange on the pirates who don't do anything a Vegetalis movie? I've already reviewed that. I reviewed that with Viva for Film Chums. Patrick, saying that show is so wholesome. American Tail Anastasia. American Tail. Mr. C, do you have any romance anime recommendations? Oh, God, I've got too many. Oh, My Love Story. Go watch My Love Story. Fnatic, Jammy, imagine the interaction between Sheriff Woody, Shrek, Queen Elsa, Sid from Ice Age, and Dracula from Hotel Transylvania. Kelsey, I find Hi Poofy Amu a fun show, but not one that's super great, to be honest. Saffron, I hope that you take a well-earned break in improving mental and emotional health. It's hard. It's very hard for me to take a break. It's very, very hard for me to take a break. When you're I know a lot of people call me a big YouTuber. I'm not really a big YouTuber, and I have to kind of overcompensate. And I can't afford a crew. I really can't afford a crew, and I will admit that probably is affecting the quality of my videos. But I'm trying to introduce more rest days into my schedule, and hopefully that will work. And I have been alerted by mods that you can tell that I'm starting to get tired, that I'm starting to kind of lose passion for what I do. So I am going back to my roots, and I'm still kind of trying to work out, okay, what could make my videos better and that kind of thing. What do I want to make videos about? Is the one main thing that I'm asking myself lately. I'm still trying to work out what videos do I want to make, instead of thinking what does the YouTube algorithm want me to make. That kind of thing. But yeah, I'll try my best to bring more emotion, more passion into my videos. It's very tricky with this microphone, because when I go up to it, it's super damn sensitive. And so I have to have very controlled voice, and it's really annoying, because but when I'm doing a stream, I could go crazy, I could go a bit wild, because I can sit back from the microphone, so I can be myself more. I could be more animated, I could be more energetic. So it's kind of a shame that I can't bring that to my review sometimes. I'd like to, I really would like to, it's very difficult without better mic equipment. Gillian, Woody Woodpecker or Tweety Bird? Tweety Bird. Woody's kind of annoying. Davey, have you ever been to Manchester? Yes, several times. Davey, what are your thoughts on Spirited Away? Love it. Sam, what do you think of the Transformers movie from 1986 based on Generation 1? Davey's wonderful. What is... Oh, sorry. I keep just reading questions and not answering, sorry. What do you think of the Transformers movie from 1986? Nope, not seen it. Never seen it. I never really got into the Transformers cartoon. Favorite characterist video? I don't really have one. I love so many. George, did any Canadian shows like The Big Comfy Couch or The Adventures of Dudley the Dragon air in the UK by any chance? Not that I know of. Ryan, can you do a collab with characterist? No, I'm too small. He has no idea who I am. Toast Gaming, camp camping is like if South Park Graphics had a baby, in Masters mature themes, nice tons of heart. Does that sound good? Kinda. Gillian, Emma, Luke, Ravi, or Zuri? JT, I'm off jam. Take care of your mental health. Gillian, what is your favourite episode of Dragon Tales? Never seen Dragon Tales. Patrick, what's your favourite puppet movie? Actually don't know. Maybe the Muppet movie, off the top of my head. Ryan, it's Hi Puffy, Amy, Umi. How could you say properly? Now you could say it's Hi Puffy, Amy, Umi. Okay, hope that's right. Hope that's correct. Fanatic. Oh, sorry. Mitchell, Jamie, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? Michelangelo. Michelangelo's my favorite Ninja Turtle. George, do you know the show is The Big Comfy Couch or The Adventures of Dudley Dragon by any chance? Nope. Never heard of them. Ever seen Schindler's List? Nope. I'm going to be heading off soon, folks. I'm getting a bit tired. It's almost midnight in the UK. But before I head off, can you all make sure to click the notification bell on my channel? I don't think enough people do it. Also, I have a Twitter. Feel free to go and follow me on Twitter. That's twitter.com/Jambareeqi. Also, I have a Patreon. Feel free to go and support me on there for awesome rewards. That's patreon.com/Jambareeqi. Wait, sorry, Scout. Hello, mate. This is Diego. I suppose that your top W animation list came by thanks to my own history video, right? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know how the algorithm works. But yeah, I better be off, folks. Be off to bed. Hope you enjoyed the stream. My future ones are going to be a bit more longer than this. But yeah, hope you're well. Hope you're happy. Hope you're smiling.